Pog Champ. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. It is Wednesday, September 30th, and today we have a familiar face rejoining us once again. Mr. I Am Me, You Are You. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. I had a really good day. Like a really good day.
You're getting a standing ovation from Chewy.
Standing? Wow, dude, thanks. I love being back. I love hanging out on your stream.
It's always a lot of fun.
Actually, I really do. You have a good crowd. I know, because sometimes you raid me and then they're all there and it's like, hey guys, how you doing? How you doing?
Oh, dude, man. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. We don't talk enough, but then we get to talk on here and it's great.
You know, it's kind of funny. Like, I think we would have talked a lot more this year, except I don't know, man. Everything is isolated this year. I don't love it. I'm not gonna start the stream off on a bummer note or anything. But what I mean is like, I miss going to meetups and stuff. Virtual Keycon was cool. Clack Fancy, the first round was cool. It's gonna be cool coming up.
October 24th, right?
October 24th.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I want to hang out with all of you guys, not just you two, but like everybody. Your stream, my stream. All the people that we love and know in real life.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks this year is that we were planning to have, like, at KeyCon, everyone get to hang out and spend a lot of time together and like get to meet a bunch of people that, put faces to names that we, hadn't really had a chance to meet before and spend a lot of time together. And then I assumed probably we would head out to another meetup later this year, but that's all not happening. So
it's all good. We're gonna make do. Honestly, we are.
Thank you for the sub, Mr. I Am Me, You Are You.
Also,
don't know who that guy is. Probably some asshole, but
that's true. That's true.
Also, shout outs to Not Geo for subbing.
Shout out to Not Geo. Also, he helped me with the JO1 PCB. I was having issues with the PCB, and that's another great thing about this hobby is I can just bother someone and be like, you don't have to like spend time out of your day, but I'm bothering you. And I feel bad, but then I don't because it's not Geo. He's fucking cool as shit.
Have you guys met Not Geo in real life?
Not yet.
Dude, that guy is awesome. So that guy was like probably the coolest guy that I met. I met Langalandia there too. And obviously I met Jay in real life and Brian, but at Seattle last year. Yeah, man, this year feels crazy. I'm like having to how long ago was that? Anyway, Not Geo was actually awesome. I loved hanging out with that dude. Also a drinker. Cheers, my man.
Cheers. We're not sponsored by Dick. Oh wait, never mind. Sponsored by Dick.
I'm not sponsored by James E. Pepper, but I do apparently have some of their barrel-aged beer and some bourbon.
There you go.
So,
yeah, what are you drinking on, Chewy?
We are not sponsored by Deep Ellum Brewing Company, but I'm drinking a Dallas Blonde as it is. This is the beer that I always just have on hand. We always kind of like, oh, we don't have beer. Let's just grab a 12-pack of this, and it's that it hits all those notes that like this is the upgrade from like Bud Light.
Yeah, it's like the Old Faithful.
It's you can't go wrong. It's like if I want a beer, this is a beer.
I've literally never had that, but I'm down.
It's just like the basic local beer.
I mean,
like, it's good. It's not insane, but it's good. It's really good.
It's a Dallas
basic bitch beer. Yeah, I got it.
It's also amazing for like hot days.
Yeah,
it's really light, so it's
not heavy. You're not like
not. I'm not drinking
Laid
like a
out.
stout when it's 110 degrees outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I opened this and I tasted it, and then I like turned the air conditioning down. I was like, okay, this is gonna be heavy.
I just cracked open a bottle that I've had for a while that I hadn't opened yet, and it is Ardbeg 10. So
Gotta
drinking
one-up
some
us.
of that.
Gotta one up us.
See, I don't drink dark.
Flex.
Beer.
I don't drink dark liquor, so it's not. I'm not like, "Ooh, I'm gonna open up this nice bottle of vodka and drink it straight." I'm like,
Oh God. The
To
only
be
thing I
fair,
can
it's not very
think
dark.
of that's worse is gin.
Oh God, dude. Gin is like, people are like, "You want to have gin?" I'm
ate a
like, "No, I
pine
don't really
cone."
want to fuck my entire week up."
Yeah. I feel like I just ate a pine cone. Oh,
Right?
fucking gin.
Mm.
All right.
No, my
So do we keyboard on this? Is this like a
we
keyboard
can talk
stream, or
about
is this a
we can
booze
talk about
stream?
keys, we can talk about booze, we can talk about food. We're probably just heads up, we're probably going to play some Among Us at the end because our friend iammeuru has not played it yet.
I haven't, but I do
And
have it. I'm down.
So we figured we'll probably play some at the end, get some of you guys in the game if you would like. So yeah. Also,
pretty
shout out to
dope.
TSC. Tiny Shiny Crumb is here. I did get a chance to watch the face reveal stream. I finally got a chance to go back and watch it when I was sick last week. But and Exo Squid, what's up, dude? How's the other side of the planet doing?
Oh, I forgot. This isn't my stream. There's no TSC command.
I'm sorry. I guess we'll have to make a TSC command.
Honestly, great mod. Just saying.
Where's Brez? Brez,
He was
you're
here
doing
earlier.
He was here. I know he usually starts off and then listens.
You guys
Thank you
have
guys
great
for not
mods,
being
too.
toxic in our chat, because like we have mods, but luckily we've only had to use them like maybe 4 times ever.
Yeah. For me, it's always bots, right? You're just
Yeah.
like some random advertising bot for some bullshit came in. It's like drop the ban hammer on that bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should-
My
friend
favorite was I got called a fat special fuck.
Yeah, I remember that. The dude was like, and then he was like, I was joking. It's like, you can't lead off with that. Like, we have
He
no,
was like,
we have no
like, are we homies
barrier.
in real life?
yeah, well, he was
Yeah.
like,
Homies
he
in
was
real
like, can
life
I
where
be
you
in the
get to talk
Discord
shit like
call?
that?
And I was like, hey man, not right now. We're probably just gonna stick with like some of our mods and stuff. He's like, well, fuck you, you fat special fuck. I was like, this is the easiest ban I've ever had to do.
TSC,
I don't like banning people. I'm very non-confrontational, and
Yeah.
so, but that one I was like, you literally called me a fat special fuck.
Yeah.
But
So
you gotta laugh at those.
what are you gonna do though, right? Like
Yeah.
people can be trolls on the internet. It's easy when you know your face isn't the one up here. You get to say whatever you want. That being said, I would say that of all the different like streaming categories that I ever look at, like in our little niche, people are pretty cordial.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't.
and
Space.
We don't get
They don't-
into
they
the
don't
Twitch,
step
toxicity. You know.
Yeah, for the most part, we don't. For the most part.
For the most part. I know, and Warlock, I know like Apiary and Mentorly deal with the thirsty gentlemen. I don't want to call them gentlemen because that's being too respectful. The thirsty guys. So I know they have to deal with that a lot more, but shouts to them for powering through.
The
But yes,
incels, the coomers.
incels.
That's the
incels.
Twitch term.
The coomers.
Oh,
Yeah.
So shout
sure.
out to those two because they have to deal with so much more shit than we do.
They do.
And respect.
They do. And honestly, they're super cool people too. So like, why be shitty to people who are cool? I mean, there are shitty male and female streamers out there, people who are just kind of toxic in general. Like they seem like dumpsters of human beings. But like, I have not seen any in our hobby who are streamers, and definitely not those two. Those two are freaking awesome. Like,
Both fantastic people. And I'm excited to hopefully meet Apiary in person soon. Met Mentorly last year when she was actually just kind of starting out streaming. She'd only been doing it for a couple months. Yeah, at NorCal. She was there for a couple hours. She was there.
So aside from you guys, I mean, Lang streams now. So I've met Lang. I met Tiny. I met Apiary. I met obviously Brian and Jay. I've met Nathan. I think that's no. I met Tyson, who streams sometimes. Like, is he streaming right now? I know he's on and off streamed. I met Ray, who on and off streamed in our hobby. But like,
we've
there's
met all
a ton that I haven't.
We've met all of the Texas people because we've been to Houston. I went to Austin last year. Sadly, Osiris couldn't make it. And then the Dallas ones because we met Tyson and Anthony. 001 Anthony. We literally had to
stream like at your apartment.
Literally, he came over. I went and picked him up. But yeah, and we've met the people in North. It's hard because we're like, if you live over on the west coast, it's a little easier to make some of those, but it's more difficult when you're in the middle of the country.
I was gonna go to the meetup near you guys, like I think it was DFW, right? Yeah. I was gonna go to the Dallas one, but you guys had it planned for like March, and then COVID hit, and
it was
gone.
It just fell completely apart.
But I was ready. I was like, I'm making time. I'm going to all the meetups in 2020. Turns out I have.
yeah, because there's none.
Except for the
you achieved your goal.
In New Zealand. Except for that one in New Zealand.
Yeah, how dare you? But I like we'll talk about. We'll get into it in just a second. We'll talk about the online meetups. I think that's something that we can definitely get into. But I want to get into the Fast Four because if we get into the Fast Four now, we might finish by 10:30.
Yeah, so
because you still hold the record.
We did the Fast Four last time, and it was like
it was an hour and 10 minutes.
Was it really?
You still hold the record for the longest Fast Four.
I was like, should I go all out and do what we did before, or should I think we need to make it like the Fast 25.
Well, I think you said the 4 fast,
but then we
talked about the 4 like in depth.
Okay. So let's start with the first question then, and I'll dig in so that we can like draw it out after.
A moderately paced 10. Top 4 favorite switches.
Alps Browns, which is to include Alps Neon Greens because same shit. I'm gonna change the lineup a little bit this time. You guys mind? Okay.
I like when I see things change. It means you've grown as a person.
All right. So this is the only board I have that has true Zycos in it. True Zycos, right? Built as per spec, right? So there's this guy.
That's the second Zyco third Zyco board ever built.
Yeah, there weren't a lot then, and
those were the second set of Zyco switches ever made. Because I made the Tofu, and then I made the Fiel, and then that was the third board ever built. But the obviously the Fiel had the same switches.
So good.
Yeah,
so real Zycos, and I have to admit that I have Zycos in my Baka 60, which is actually on this computer. And sit down there. Okay. And it has 78 gram, 78? I think 78 gram progressive springs in it from Sprit. Feels totally different. It's night and day difference. Like, honestly, it still feels like Zycos. It still has a pretty extreme sharpness to it, like with the tactility, but it falls off in a completely different rate. It doesn't feel the same. Okay, so I'll go with Zycos as far as MX go. I'm not gonna drop any Alps other than brown into my top 4 because frankly, Alps have some like inherent flaws, right? Like Alps are great, but they have some inherent instability in one direction versus another. Like they're not just a meme; they are really good. But browns and neon greens stand out above the rest. Okay, so Alps Browns, Zycos, Zelio V2s, and for the first time ever, I'm gonna displace Clicky, I think that I gave you guys last time, with a linear, and I'm gonna say generically JWK linears. And I know that's all fad like, and everybody wants to probably jump on my shit and be like,
good.
"Oh my god, you're buying into
They're
the."
just so they're like really good though.
They're good.
They're
solid.
fucking good. And I'm saying generic, right? I'm not going to call one out over another.
H1s are so much better than marshmallows.
I'm not going to call one out over the
If
other.
you heard someone say that out of context, I'm gonna be like, that person's insane.
Yeah, there are differences. There are really minute differences between them, but they have made a great linear formula that I'm going to say is worthwhile. I'm going to say it's worthwhile. Plus, I had Stash build rebuild my J01. So I got so when I had J01 sent, I got multiple PCBs, but I only had one plate to start. So I only had an ANSI plate. So I couldn't do an ISO build. And I wanted to do an ISO build so that I could mostly just leave the board built that way as kind of like an ode to Jay, like thank you and whatever. But I couldn't do it because I didn't have the plate. So I joined in on his custom plate run. I got that. And then I was like, man, I have all these linears. And Stash had hit me up and we were talking and he said something about J01. And I was like, dude, do you want to just rebuild my J01 for me? Like, I'll just ship it to you and you can play around with it all you want. And so he rebuilt it and it's freaking fantastic. It really is. But I had him lube and film alpaca linears the way he wanted to lube and film them and had him just do it how he would want it. And he sent it back to me and it's pretty amazing. I put keycaps on it really recently for the first time and I was playing with it and I was like, man, they made a good linear switch. They finally made a linear switch that I like.
There you go. See, I'm still on the cream kick. I like creams.
But I hate, sometimes they stick though.
That's true.
Sometimes you lube them up and then you're like, why does this feel sticking? Why does this, you junk. They're
just
not
buy
a
like
bad
200.
switch.
Just buy like 200.
That's the deal though.
No,
It's
I
not
definitely,
all of
I've had that issue before, but they just sound good, man. And I put them in the crown and I fucking love that board. I'm sorry that, I'm bringing up, a sore subject. We were supposed to, funny
So
story.
jelly.
iammeuru and you were supposed to build that together. And then I was like, I messaged him, I was like, I'm impatient.
I'm not waiting to wait.
I'm not
4 months.
waiting because it was gonna be like a month. And I was like, I don't know if I want to wait a month. And I'm okay with it now because it's been delayed a little bit longer than that. So I got to build it with Lamp. But we'll still do our build stream together. Because last time we had you on, I was actually unable to talk to you for like 90% of that. Because I was lubing switches, so I was kind of chiming in, and then I went and dyed my hair. And so it's in the other room for like 45 minutes.
That was a fun stream though, and it was for a good cause, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll do something together. I want to do something with both of you guys together.
Well,
I think that would be fun.
We've got a lot of stuff coming up. We got fun things to do.
Okay, all right.
I think
So there's other cool things, but I'm definitely waiting on my crown. I know that'll be cool. It'll be worth the wait. It'll be absolutely worth the wait. And honestly, what I have seen of it so far, I know Blind did an awesome job on it. And like I can afford to wait. It's not like I don't have a few keyboards laying around. I mean, don't do that to me.
Not to you.
Okay,
people know this
you're
is
just
the crown.
You're just flexing on
I'm
everybody
just
else.
flexing it to you. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about flexing. Why don't you look over to your left?
You just got a few, just a couple.
Just a couple.
This is not all. This is literally just what I have keycaps on.
The flex
laying around.
Flex.
I mean, there's some other boards with keycaps. They're not worth mentioning.
Well,
not that they're bad boards. Most of them. Some of them are objectively.
Speaking of keycaps, we'll get into the next Fast Four question. Your top 4 favorite keycap sets.
Did we finish mentioning switches? Wait, were we done?
Yeah, you were done.
Oh,
you were
okay,
done.
okay.
You mentioned Zycos, alpacas. Sorry, Browns, Zycos, Zeal V2s, and JWK linears.
I mean, we didn't get to the notable mentions.
What's the notable? What's the notable mentions? What's 5, 6, 7, and 8? We'll just say that you're making up for the when we had Key Cult on and they only did 3 for like half of the list. You're just making up for them.
making up for their shortcut. Did you hear that, Key Colt? I'm joking.
Yeah, who would ever
because
buy a Key Colt? Key Colts are just
I know,
the
right?
worst. Like they're fucking terrible. Like explain to me
why
why
don't you
anyone
flex
would
on me?
waste their
Why
fucking
don't you flex
money.
on me a little more?
You have a polycarbonate iron 165 that
Yeah.
are like one of 4 sitting right there.
There's like 6 of those.
Shout out to Lang for being an awesome dude. I did not jump in on the group buy, and Lang was a good dude and didn't like flip a crazy, you know what I mean?
Lang's a good guy.
Like he was like, I got 2 and you're a cool dude. Thanks. All right, so notable mentions that I feel like are worth noting. I have yet to build these in a board.
Those Kiwis.
Kiwis.
But they feel surprisingly good. Like surprisingly good. I'm gonna get to it. I think I know what I'm gonna build them into. But like they feel really good. And then if we're going to linears, actually tactile still, notable mentions are Zeals in general. A lot of people want to hate. A lot of people want to call them basic because they're the same formula since a year and a half ago. November of 2018-ish. Probably, but they're good. They're good. They're just good switches.
solid.
And they're always available.
Yeah,
You can always just go buy them.
For someone who's like, I really want a good, like, intense tactile switch that's good out of the box. Zeals. They're expensive, but they're worth it. They're a great switch. Just take them out of the Ziploc bag that they get shipped in.
Probably you could get better packaging.
Yeah, just
you would
saying.
think that you would be able to, considering those
For $1 a
Kiwis.
switch.
Yeah, those Kiwis are less than that, and they came with a nicer packaging.
I like that box. That's a dope box.
I do too. TKC. I don't know if that was a TKC thing or if that's a JWK thing. I'm guessing it's TKC
Probably.
that did the packaging, but either way, fantastic. Like you hit it right on the nose. That was exactly perfect. And they stack well, so I have like
storage
Kanjis
containers
under my. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So notable mentions in that tactile realm, like we're talking Zeals, then you can go probably down into some other switches, which I'm not even going to get into or mention now. There's other okay tactiles, decent tactiles. But if we go with linears, right? Like there's that world opens up crazy, right? So I just mentioned like generally JWK linears, but you've got all sorts of stuff. You've got like really cheap, you've got like GAT yellows, right? Which are worthwhile if you're into it. You've got Telios, which I think are fantastic. I still think they're pretty underrated for linears, although they are expensive again. And then there's like a million other options for linears that are okay or worth at least building something with. All right, now we can go to the next category. Sorry. We're gonna do keycaps, I think.
I actually have a question real quick. Have you had a chance to try out the Moyu Black or the Dark Jade?
No, I haven't.
You should try those. And then since you have Kiwis, I want you to try that stem in a Kiwi housing. I want to see if that stem works in a Kiwi housing, because it's like their take on the Halo True and Clear stem, where it's like the longer pole.
Oh,
and it's
you black and what did you say?
Everglide
Jade.
Dark Jade switches is what they were sold on drop as.
If they're Everglides though, they're available on Alley.
Yeah. They might be marked as Moyu Blacks.
That's fine.
I
took notes on both. Don't worry, I was prepared. Okay, I didn't bring a notebook because I'm drinking, but I don't want to spill on it or this fancy keyboard here.
Ew.
What a terrible keyboard.
I'm flexing now. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I built.
Hey, you want to see a lower number?
I picked this number, man.
Are we flexing?
I picked this number.
Yeah, Chewy gonna flex the number one.
Jay, I picked. Or
you just call me
Chewy.
Jay. Okay, okay. One, let's go through the list of names.
First of all,
you called me Mike. You've called me
I haven't
Jay.
called you Mike. I called you Dave.
No, you called me. My name is Dave.
I'm joking. I know it is. I'm just
Mike,
fucking with you.
Jay, Joey.
Chewy. I chose number 4. First of all, number 1 wasn't an option because you picked it, but that wasn't what I was going to choose anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I could have gotten number 2, but I decided number 9.
Yeah.
Number 9. Okay, so actually number 9 was my first choice. But it makes sense.
You were like the third
Number
person
9.
you were the third person
Number
you were in
9.
the Discord before Eric was.
Number 9.
You were.
I was.
Because
Only by accident.
I accidentally invited you.
You didn't even mean to invite me to the buy in the first place.
I barely knew you at the time. We hadn't streamed yet. And then I was like, sure.
That's how we got to know each other.
It's like, you want to be in it? Sure. All right, let's do it.
That's how we got to know each other, and it was worthwhile. Okay, so next category, right?
Yeah.
Next category
Keycaps.
has to be keycaps. This is where the props come out, though.
Okay.
I think. Just gonna pull the top 5 off the stack.
Should be interesting.
Waiting.
I'm not sure what's here, but I'm not sure what's here, but they're probably my favorites. They're probably my favorites. All right.
White on
So
black.
this is the most current iteration with the accents. I don't actually think the accents are this version is my favorite. But white on black, favorite keycap set all time.
Okay.
Does that sound shitty? I'm sorry.
No.
Am I a basic bitch? Yes.
Yeah, a little
Shit.
basic, little pumpkin spice latte, but you know what? Hey.
Not pumpkin spice latte. That's some frilly garbage. Black coffee. Okay. Black coffee. It's white on black, man. It's the most basic set there is, except for maybe beige.
Honestly, PSL is the Cafe Olivia
That's true. That's
Carbon. That's the PSL.
That's true. I'm gonna skip any Alp sets, even though the number 2 set for me is actually an Alp set. I'll talk about that in notable mentions because most people are just gonna look at me like, "Why are you putting a fucking Alp set in here, loser?" All right. So the next two are an exact tie. I cannot place one of these over the other. It's GMK camping,
Like the
not
second
camping
time
in
this
Japan,
month.
just camping.
Camping in Japan, I found out doesn't have a green tilde.
Shoko. Round 1 Shoko, because round 1 Shoko has a 1.5U function on the bottom row.
Ooh.
Which, by the way, round 2 doesn't, but Cafe does. Just,
food for thought.
because who needs a right alt, really?
No one.
Who needs a right alt? Just 1.5U function. All right. Monochrome. GMK monochrome. I could not pull the trigger on Cat monochrome because even though I love the way Cat feels, I can't get into the kitting. My wallet refuses to jump in on things that are going to cost me that are kitted to the max. Like SP Signature Plastics, get your shit together, okay? I love you guys. I love the way you guys kits. I love the way you guys build some keycaps, but don't kit them that way. Junk.
Yeah, I mean, Cat monochrome was like 65 different kits. It was kind of ridiculous.
I think it was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember dropping down the list and I was like, I don't even understand how I would know what I want to order.
It was like what? It was like 20 kits times 2.
It was 55, as DD Decline just said in chat, because it was like they ran black on white and white on black at the same time, but then also had the monochrome options. So it was basically like 3 keycap sets in one.
Yeah.
Sure, which just give me a base. The only cat kit I've ever seen so far that's been kitted in a reasonable way is Mizu. I want to say Mizu. The cat Mizu on
Mizu
went
went back
standard base kit.
No, they went back and changed it.
Upas, really?
They
Are
got
you on
enough
here,
people
man?
freaked out because they were going to do a base kit, and then people were like, "No, don't do it. Don't do that. Do the normal cat kitting." And so they went back and changed it.
Those people were crazy. That's it. That's all there is to it. Why would you kit it that hard? Okay, look, but I realize I'm in the minority. but I legitimately just want every keycap. Can you just give me every keycap you're going to make in the set? That's what I want. I don't want part of it. I want all of it. I want all of it.
And
I want all the compatibility.
we talked about this a couple weeks ago of like, I think it would be awesome if vendors just had, because Keeb Noob talked about this. This was her idea of just having like options where it's like you can buy like pre-made, pre-assembled kits where it like adds all those needed kits to your cart.
Yeah, like just TKL.
Right.
Like just win key TKL, win keyless TKL, 1800 full.
Like if you've already got 55
40s.
options, what's another 5? Like, come on. like if
That are
you
pre-made?
Yeah, that are just pre-made.
Common pre-mades, and then you can add the little kits. I'm actually down for that. If you want to kit your thing out to the max, give me some preset builds where I'm just like 65, or maybe I can be like 65 and then add full and then whatever, and then it subtracts the diff, right?
Yeah.
Like where it doesn't add all the extras in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, this guy wants 65 and he wants TKL and he wants whatever, but I'm not going to set 3 sets of alphas because clearly he only wants one set of that.
You just need to kit it per
Big
cap.
brain.
Just kit it per cap. You just add the cap that you need. Just go in and there's a little fill out thing and you just type
Oblivion?
in everything.
Was it Oblivion V2, the like teaser for it or whatever they put on Keycap, where it was like literally every cap was an individual SKU or whatever you could add? Where you replied to the Keycap thread? I think that's what it was.
Well, no,
I actually replied to the Keycap thread thinking it was just funny.
Yeah, it was like 30 kits, and it was like if you got in on that, like on the Geekhack thread, and you put in like your SKUs, because you had to write out each individual SKU.
Yeah.
But it was like a 10% discount for getting on it because it ran 3 months before the group I actually ran.
It was April Fool's.
Yeah.
But it was a joke, but it was kind of cool because you could do the kits, but then you could add individual keycaps. There was a way to add, like, I was like, I need an extra B because I have Alice, duh. You know what I mean? Because I have Alice layout to worry about. Okay, so I pulled 5 out. So I don't know why I pulled 5 because it's the fast 4. But Moto was the
always
classic. Yeah.
Was the next one. I actually got in on the second Moto.
Did you get the like Sky Dolch version or the?
I think I got everything. I think Moto's one of so I got everything on Olivia, although I got 3 sets of Olivia. I got 2 light and 1 dark. So one of the lights is just for show. Like literally just to show off on customer builds and or my own or whatever.
A build set.
Yeah, just because it's so common and people are gonna like it so much. I was like, I just want one that's not ever gonna get shined. So I got 3 sets of Olivia. So I think I get on every kit on Olivia, every kit on 9009, the most recent iteration on Dixie Mech, rather. Sorry. And then I think Moto. I got on everything. Every kit.
There you go.
Ooh.
All right.
You gotta have them all. You gotta catch them all. It's like
so
Pokemon.
This one, exactly. This one's gonna be a little bit tougher. Boards.
Is it? Oh, that is.
Is it? Yeah,
that's
no,
totally
never mind.
different. Yeah, changed my mind. Way to be a dick.
Do I need to go get another board to start flexing on you?
Do they have to be mine?
No,
not necessarily.
Okay.
HBCP.
HBCP.
There it is.
It's gonna take the cake, man. I'm tempted. Ooh, bumped the mic. Sorry. I'm tempted to make a TKL my number 1 choice, but I really love this board. This is the proto, right? So it's been on my board since not the July that just happened, but the one before it. This has been the primary board on my desk, on my main gaming and or using whatever PC. Not this one, but the other one, the one that I'm mostly at. And it's the proto, so it's a little bit less volume inside, which is kind of a flaw, but the sound is just like out of this world good. And it has 78 gram Zelios. It has Shoko on it. This board is perfect. Honestly, it's like exactly what I need in a board.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that board's changed since you got it. I think it's been that exact combo.
Yeah. I felt like it was the right daily driver choice.
Yeah.
For my life. That's saying some shit. It's not end game because that shit's a joke. Come on. Like I'm getting out of keyboards all of a sudden because I found some boards that I like. Okay. Oh man. It's really hard for me to say this. Like in an ideal world where I don't have to worry about PCBs or I don't think that any of the components are gonna fail or be a problem for me. Duck Unicorn X Legend. Probably next. Just I love the aesthetics. It's one of the few boards where you've got RGBs that are classy, that it can look good and not just like trash, like most RGBs. Because let's be honest, most RGBs look like trash. Sorry. Yeah, all up in your spaces. No, but no. I mean, accent lighting is good, but for real, like on your desk, you don't need accent lighting for you to look down at your keyboard because you're not even really looking at your keyboard. LZCLS, maybe on that list. This is a really hard one, right? Because there's like so many notable mentions that they're all kind of close enough to each other that like it's really hard to pick. Lin Whale is up in there. I really like Lin Whale. If the finish was good and I didn't have a PBT plate in my salamander, it would probably be on the list. It would be. It's an amazing board. You guys gave it top 5, I think, at NorCal, which is a feat. But like in a meetup, you don't really get to hear the sound, so its qualities were completely gone, and the PBT plate sounds like garbage.
Although we heard that board because
you did
extensive testing.
You did otherwise.
But there's also like a uniqueness factor, right? Like there's not a lot of boards floating around with a PBT plate. You know, that's not something that's normal.
And that's something that I miss. Like that's what I miss about meetups is doing those top 10s because you're right. It's not about if we sat down and we listened to it, we spent 5 minutes with every single board there, I'm sure the list would be different. But it's got to catch your eye. It's got to feel really good right from the get-go, and it's got to sound just good enough to be able to make you go, I remember that.
Yeah, and
it's kind of like it's got to pass the 2-minute test.
I and it does all of that, right? But passing the like 10 days on my keyboard on my desk test, it doesn't do. The sound is too harsh and weird, and the finish eventually gets to me, at least me.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on the board. It's a great board, and mine was the first Korean buy, so it's not the same as the round 2, which to my understanding had a better finish. And I've seen one, and I was like, oh, it does look really good. But there's some other ones that are just so unique and good that I really like. I don't love there's a ton of TGR boards I don't love, but I like. Because I think the quality is amazing. The quality is like second to none. But personally, okay, so Salamander, right? I mentioned Salamander. I love that the name is on the back, but not on the top. It's not intrusive. It's not in my face all the time that it's a TGR.
Yeah.
Right? I love TGR Jane V2. It's one of my favorite designs of all time. I love the complex weight design. I think it's super cool. I think it looks really polished. Honestly, a lot of people love that there's like, hey, there's a logo in your face, like a Nike swoosh on the side of your shoe. But that is not me. Like, I want it to be understated on my desk. I don't want it to look like there's a $6,000 keyboard on my desk.
A sleeper board, if you will.
Straight up. Maybe it looks like it's really fancy because of the finish, or you got a custom ano or a custom Cerakote or whatever. But I don't want it to look like, oh, this brand makes it super valuable.
Yeah.
That's just kind of janky to me. It just seems kitschy and gaudy and like all the things I don't want. So yeah, so there's like so many notable mentions in this world. I like Iron 165 is amazing. I think it's a great board. It's almost, even though it was not too deep into this, it's almost like washed out because there's so many gasket mount 65%. We were talking about this a little bit before stream, right? Where I was like, what are we doing to innovate keyboards? And it's like, well, are you making a 65? Is it gasket mount? Duh. I mean, that's just like the thing. Now, it wasn't too deep into that. Like, I want to say this and Bauer and what else came out that was like this? I mean, JO1
Key.
technically, I guess, is a 65.
Yeah, the Key 65.
Key
as well.
65. So a bunch of things came out that were like in that realm that weren't probably on the like, oh, we're just jumping on the bandwagon. We're just making this thing. And they probably all came up relatively in parallel. So it's hard to say that they were copiers. I don't think this is a copier. I think it's a great board. Like I said, thanks to Lang for not being in it. Yeah, for being a decent dude. And not being a flippy bastard. And I will never let it go, and I will never ever send it to a bad home or flip it at the end. But there's so many other notable mentions, maybe even some that are underrated. Like this board, I think Chewy, you really like this board, I think.
Yeah, the TX87.
TX80, that's an 84.
84?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Same board, just win keyless
versus yeah. It's a good way to remember how many keys are on a TKO.
Right. You just name your board.
84, 87.
Yeah, but so that board is pretty amazing. It's sandwich mount. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, sandwich mount, whatever. But honestly, I like
who would
brass
ever
plates
make
already.
a sandwich mount keyboard?
Right. Yeah. Chewy. Times 2, technically.
Yeah. No, I just stole it. The squid I just stole from the guy that made the Baka.
You didn't do any of those things. You just sent like a back of the napkin drawing to look, I've seen the original drawing. Okay, you posted the thing.
Everyone says napkin. It was in a notebook.
Yeah, it was in a notepad. It's not on a napkin. Actually, I feel like it would have been better if it was on a napkin. Like that would have
It was actually on a napkin.
Right.
like on a bar napkin.
Yeah.
But it looks like it was on a napkin.
Yes, because I had the clear image in my head. And I knew exactly what I wanted, and I knew the list of shit that I wanted it to be.
You know what's funny is that was drawn when we were sending back and forth like board designs that we would want.
Yeah.
And that's fair. TX60 was a classy board, right? But TX84 is an 87. I have an 87 SE that isn't up here, and it does have keycaps on it. I'm just not showing it off because I don't like it as much. Is top mount. No, it's a good board.
No,
I just don't like it as much. It's not aesthetically as pleasing. But 84 is sandwich mount. I love the lines. It's simple. It's just a good board, right? Plus it's E-white, which gives it like plus 10 points automatically. Yeah, so things that have been on my desk recently are like physics has been on my desk recently. The finish isn't perfect. I don't love Alice layout, but I do really like having arrows. So it's kind of like a 65. I have a feeling there's a board that's, so I got a Chimera 65 that I haven't built yet. Man, I have a stack of boards that are mine that I haven't built yet. It's kind of intense. It's like I can measure it in height by how high they're stacked up. It's kind of ridiculous. Like I have the purple polycarb HBCP, haven't built it yet. Gonna be an Alps build. Gotta do it. No, but legitimately, right? There's like a bunch, but I have a feeling that will sit on this desk. The streaming desk will be a 65 because I still want my arrows, but like I want it to be compact enough to like move out of the way, to just like get out of the way while I'm doing my builds.
Yeah.
On my personal desks, in order to be there as a daily driver, you got to have numpad. The end. So TKL will suffice if I also have a 10 key separate thing. So yeah, so that's kind of the gist of me and how I want my keyboards, man. There's so many notable mentions in this category that we could not possibly go over all of them.
Yeah.
And some of them are so close, there's a 0% chance we're ever going to hone in.
Yeah.
Truly finish.
So even those top 4 that I mentioned, I don't even remember what they are off the top of my head right now. I just know the top 1, I guess, that I mentioned. Maybe 3 that I mentioned.
The top 3 is always the easiest. It's that 4th slot that's always the hardest.
So many boards fighting for that last
Yeah.
spot.
So like it's just so tough to hone in on that you're never going to get there, right? And there's so many more boards coming out that are new that are like, this is going to be fun and exciting. Like, did you get in on Time Reforged? Either of you guys? What do you guys think about that board? I'm curious. I'm so curious.
I think
Honestly, I don't think about it.
I think it's really
like,
strange.
that's cool.
So you have an orange, right?
Yeah, I have an orange 75, which was designed around the same time as the original time. And the new time, which one did you get? Like, which plate did you get?
Solid brass.
Solid brass. You didn't get the one that has, because didn't they do the split
I knew
plates?
the weird vertical split.
Yeah, that was interesting
bizarre
to me. I think it's great that they made it to where there's glass or like plexiglass or whatever covering the actual hands, because that was a big deal with round 1, is that the hands would get broken or they would fall off. I wish that they would.
So many of them got bent.
Yeah.
Like where the tine was like, burr.
Yeah. I wish that they would figure out a way to actually make the clock work. As useless as that would be, the fact that it's on the bottom, it would just be cool to like lift it up.
Too.
Yeah.
It's low power. Like it takes no power to do that. I want that as well.
Make it mechanical. Please. Make you have to.
Oh yeah, kinetic. Like it's a giant Seiko watch. I have to give power to.
But
or self-winding.
But no, I think it's interesting. I think it's cool that they are doing that. That they went back and they took a design that they had already made and they basically redesigned it to re-release it. And I hope that they do that with other boards like the Orange 75 or the Leaf 60, things that like needed a daughter board PCB, but they didn't do it because it wasn't a popular thing in 2017, 2018.
Some stupid, really extended port connector. So here's the other one I guess I can think of is like Moon. It was like that.
Yeah, the Moon TKO.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on it. I thought the Time TKO was gaudy when it came out, the first one. I wasn't even in the hobby yet, but I thought it was gaudy when I saw it the first time. But they were available for sale on Z Frontier well after the buy-in.
Forever.
Yeah, I was in the hobby and I was like, should I buy one of these? It's like $425. That seems like a lot for a keyboard because I was new. You know what I mean? And I'm like, should I do it? And I didn't. And then like 2 months later, they were still there. And it was like, maybe this thing is just a thing that'll always be here because I didn't know what I didn't know about the hobby. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. And then eventually they disappeared. And I was like, man, maybe I missed out. It was really kitschy that it had the clock. A lot of people bitched about the tines getting bent. But in a way, it was kind of cool, actually. It was neat. So then when Time Reforged got announced, I was like, I'm jumping in on this shit. I gotta. Right? But because now I'm just like, oh, well, I gotta jump in on cool boards. Otherwise, they're not gonna be here. It's not like a FOMO thing. It's just like I kind of think I want that thing. And if I really don't like it, I can at least sell it for whatever it cost me to buy it plus shipping plus whatever. Right? Like I'll recoup my cost and I'm not going to be out. There's literally out nothing. Right? Shortly after I got into the hobby, I remember that I was watching Top Clack back when Huey was on Top Clack and Jay was not, right? And I remember Huey saying something kind of poignant. He was like, the thing I love about keyboards, and I don't remember if I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to this effect. The thing I love about mechanical keyboards is I can go on Mech Market and I can buy a keyboard. And then if I don't like it, I can sell it. And all I'm really out is the shipping. And I was like, well, $30, $40 doesn't sound like an outrageous cost to just like try it. I spend $30-$40 on things that are worthless and not very useful at all. Like every month, right? Like something that I really don't need. I burn that much money on something easy, right? Probably sometimes considerably more. That I find out about later, I'm just like, I probably shouldn't have done that thing. But like, I was like, if that's all it cost me to get in on a keyboard to find out that I don't like it, to give it up and recoup my cost, great. Now that sounds great in my mind, but I don't sell things. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's like a million.
Never
Okay,
would have guessed.
This is the world of this is the land of lost toys. There's 3 there. There's 3 over there that you guys can't see because they're being blocked by my microphone. There's in this bathroom that's next to me, because it's summer, I needed extra cooling, so I put an air conditioner in there. There's like 8 or 9 TX bags in there with keyboards in them. In that closet, there's some. In my garage, there's a bunch of vintage boards. There's like a bunch of boards. I haven't sold them. I'm bad at that thing. So in my mind, it sounds great. I know in practice I would never have done it, but it's like, oh, well, I could just get rid of them if I don't want them, right? At cost, loss is only shipping. Fast forward to now, that's absolutely not the case. They're worth more. I'm still not getting rid of them. But I was like, oh, okay. You know, and so when Time Reforged came out, I was like, I'm fucking jumping in on this. It's like Space 65, right? I loved Space 65. I had customers send me Space 65. I was like, this is actually a really cool board. I don't know if I'll love it, but I don't know if I'll love having one on my desk all the time, but I do actually love it for the, few days that I had it. Yeah. And so I'm just like, oh, I'm going to buy one, right? And I'm going to get the Schrodinger option, because whatever, who cares what they send me? It'll be cool, right? And it will be. And if I hate it, I'll sell it and I'll get my money back and it won't be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how, that's what we always tell people. If like you get something and you don't like it, you can sell it and you get your money back. Sometimes a little bit more. Like, there's no sense in getting like overly upset about something not turning out the way you liked it.
Buyer's remorse is not much of a thing in this hobby.
Exactly.
Because you can offload the thing for a price that's reasonable to you. Now, I hope that all of you would also avoid flipping your boards for many more times than they're worth. Probably you can do that. Probably it is the financially best option for you to exercise, but it's detrimental to the hobby, I think, personally. I do hope that we come up with more ways of vending keyboards that avoid that thing. I went on a rant about it, not on my last stream, but the one before that. You can watch it if you want. There was some viewers that had interesting comments that were good that we discussed and walked through. In general, I would avoid doing that, but I hope that the market starts catching up with the demand in a way that isn't harmful to newcomers getting in, but is highly discouraging to the practice of flipping. I think there are some ways we can combat that, but
we've always talked about how, like, in order for the group model to truly like exist fully and to continue to be worthwhile, it needs to be, the boards need to be worth more than what they sell for at group buy price on the aftermarket, right? Like, inherently that is a piece of the group buy model of, we are grouping together to get something at a lower cost than it would be from like a retail standpoint.
That's why I think the group buy model is outdated, flawed, and not applicable to our hobby at this point.
Exactly. But
it's being done, but I think it's wrong.
A lot of vendors don't want to turn away from it. A lot of vendors don't want to
move it. Vendors don't want to move away from that thing for a very real reason. The reason vendors do not want to move away from that thing is because they have to expend capital now.
Yes.
To build a product and or keep a product in stock. That is unappealing because the capital expenditure is huge getting there.
Well, because what you'll see when they do move away from that, boards that maybe cost $400 now cost $550, $600 retail. Like, that retail price will go up because they're going to look for more on their investment of the capital, or you'll see a large
they've
decrease.
Already gone there. They're already costing $525, $600, $700.
I still think like Keycap could literally just be like, "Hey, this board's $1,500. Here's
$798 in the buy.
Yeah.
I got a lot of options, but $798. It comes to mind. It comes to mind. I remember that value.
But I don't know. I mean,
it's a difficult line because to me, with like the flipping aspect is like, well, what was the intention? Because if you bought a board simply to make money off of it, you're not buying the board to use it. You're literally buying it as an investment, as a short-term investment to make you
medium
potentially
term.
double.
It's a year.
Medium
day
term.
trading boards.
Yeah, but anyway, a small investment to be able to flip your profits or double your profits pretty quickly. And it'll sell, right? But to me, I don't see as much of a problem. Now, 2 times, 3 times, that's where you start having the issues. You spend $500 on a keyboard.
I built a Jane V2 Kintsugi with a Kintsugi finished by Costa Customs that's sold recently, I think. It posted recently. I'm guessing it sold recently for $6,000.
Jeez. That's ridiculous. That is crazy.
I'm not
that's
mad at
that's
I'm
crazy.
not mad at for the record, the customer, if you know who the customer is. I'm not actually slamming that customer because I don't believe that customer made all that flip price up.
Mm-hmm.
And by that I mean I think his profit margin was very small because of where he bought in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know for sure what he bought in. Yeah. But based on conversations with him and people that bought boards around him, I believe I know what he bought in at it for. Plus, I know that he had it refinished and he sat on it for a while that whole process happened. Then he had it shipped to me. He's paid me money to build it. It shipped back, insured. All of these things cost money. And then he sold it. I don't think he made a lot of money. That being said, $6,000 is now the going rate for Jane V2 that when it was new cost about $740.
Yeah. So, but let's say you buy a $500 keyboard and then you buy it and if you're just wanting to make money off of it, then no, fuck you, you're a flipper. But if I buy a $500 keyboard and I use it for a while and after a month or two, I'm like, I'm just not really liking this board.
If you bought this board for under $600 and you sold it for $4,500, you're a flipper.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're buying the $500 board and then someone comes up to you and goes, I will pay you $700 for that. I know you don't really like it anymore. You've talked about it. I'll pay you $700 for that. That's hard to say no to because to me, that's not flipping.
Yeah.
That's someone has valued the board that you have at a higher value than what you paid for it. And you've gone through, you've used it. You built it, you bought it and you used it for its intended purpose and you no longer want it. If somebody is now then going, I will offer you this much money.
So did you say bought for 5 and sold for 7?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my take on that.
And you were approached with 7, not I put it up for 7.
Sure. So here's my actual thoughts on that. I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to do. In fact, what I would say is, what's the board that I got in on a GB on? This Austin. I don't know what Austin cost exactly in GB, but it was just under $500.
Yeah.
Right? Does that sound right to you? Is 475-ish?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time recalling exactly.
It was weird because I didn't pay shipping. I literally drove over to his house and picked it up.
But I think it was like 475 maybe shipped. I might be wrong. If Drift Mechanics is in here, please feel free to correct me.
I think 475 sounds right.
Maybe it was 425 plus then there was options. I don't know. I don't care. Right? Let's say it was 475, right? If this was 475 shipped to your door and you're going to post an ad and you're not a flipper, you're trying to be good to the community, you're trying to be a reasonable human being, you're not trying to make a profit on your boards, but you're trying to be like, I don't want this anymore. I'd like to recoup my costs so I can invest it in a new board. Or whatevs. Great. It cost you $475 to get this board. Let's say you put $100 worth of switches in it. It's a little over 100 keycap or 100 switches. Let's say you put $100 worth of switches into it. Okay, now it's $575, right? Let's say you paid somebody like me to build it for you, shipping both ways. Let's say it cost you another $100. That's maybe not a realistic number, but let's say $100, right? So you're like, okay, sure, 575 now 675, and you're like, it's going to cost me 25 or $30 to ship it to you, so I'm going to charge you 700. The end. That actually doesn't sound like an unreasonable number to me.
No.
I'm not mad about that. That doesn't break my brain. That doesn't make me consider you a flipper. You're not an asshole.
Well, it's
We're
like
doing that thing.
So Lang and I talked about this because Lang and I have both since sold our Austins. I love my Austin.
I bought another one.
Someone offered me a lot more than I paid, like a lot more than I paid, and I was like, was it tempting? Absolutely, of course, because you see a number with a comma in it, and you're like, I'm able to fucking double down. But I told him, I was like, I'm not charging that much because I personally don't think this board is worth that much money,
and I don't want that weighing on my conscience.
But I'm selling this. I'm selling 98 lubed holy pandas included in this. I'm not going to say publicly what I sold it for, but I know Cyrus knows what I paid for. It wasn't ridiculous. Once you throw in the fact that I've built this board, you're getting 100 holy pandas with this board, and I've shipped this, and I'm the original owner, and like all these things, you start to add up and go, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't flip it. Did I make more money than
this board?
Yeah, but
between me and Lang, right? Like never going to share the price because it's none of anyone's business but me and Lang. But what I do know is I do not feel like I paid Flippy Bear's prices for this board.
Yeah. I mean, when that board released,
to quote Lang, right? To quote Lang, I don't feel like I paid Flippy Bear's prices for this board. I don't feel like it was an unreasonable ask price for him. Let's also note that someone sold their basically this board for $4,500. Well, I think $4,000 at the time.
I think it was
right
posted
before.
For 45, but then it wound up confirmed.
We were nowhere, like we weren't even in the same universe as that price, right? Like, I don't feel like I overpaid for this board. Lang doesn't feel like he overcharged for the board. I think it was a fair price. It would have been the same kind of deal as like this, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, you built it. You paid for the things that are in it other than just the kit, which is what you bought, right? Plus, I got to ship it to you insured, by the way. I don't know if you guys, like when you do a customer build, you're shipping it insured because it's unrealistic to expect that if the USPS loses it, which if the USPS is not in the best place right now. Hopefully they get back to where they need to be soon. And I think they will be. And no, it's not even a comment on like political, whatever. It's literally, I just hope that our postal service stays viable and good.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to ship it insured because you're an idiot if you don't do that. Right? If you're selling something, you're an idiot if you're not insuring it and making it get there. Whatever, intact. Or insured for the full price. So yeah, there's no Flippy Bearsness, right? But same with this. If I bought this for $475 shipped and I sold it for $700 because that's what I have in it, and what it's going to cost me to get to you, that's not unreasonable at all.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's also interesting though because we've talked about this before of like, if you're selling something, like when the iron came out, I think I straight up said, I was like, this is a fantastic board. I have my iron. It's still sitting on my desk. I love it. I was like, do I think this is a board that's worth like $2,000? Probably not. Do I think any board's worth $2,000? No, honestly. But do I think the board's
precious metal thing?
Yeah.
Precious metals were in there, then fuck.
Do I think this board is worth like $800? Yeah, sure. I think that's a realistic price for an aftermarket board that was limited on the first run. Like, I don't know. I think
how much? What did you just say number wise?
$800 for a regular iron 165. I think that's a reasonable price.
I agree. I actually agree.
And
I totally agree.
I think
it just is
built. I would say built. If it was brand new in box at 800, that maybe not brand new.
650.
I still
B and IB.
I still think brand new in box could be
maybe
around
700.
Okay, not brand new in box because brand new in box is different because then you're going, well, this is unused, but used unbuilt.
previously built, but now unbuilt. Yeah, 600, 625, 650 maybe. Up to
But
700.
if you're sitting there and you have one of these boards, you want to sell it, and you maybe don't have someone that you know personally that you can sell it to, is it like, how wrong is it to post it on Mech Market and just like go for the going rate? Like, that's the thing, is like, if it's already set at $2,000, are you wrong? Like, are you wrong for selling it still, or are you just missing out on
Depends on whether you
$1,000?
give a shit or not about our hobby.
So
True.
here's the one thing. Here's the other thing.
Do you give shits about our hobby?
You can, but here's the one thing I'll bring up. Okay, I'm a nasty flipper, and Osiris decides to put up his Zyko built Iron 165 for $800. Hey, wife, I have $800. I can easily turn this into $3,000 in literally like 3 weeks, and we can go on that vacation. I buy that $800 keyboard. I laugh my ass off to the bank. I immediately turn around and flip that shit for $3,000. And I go up to the guy and go, "Hey, by the way, you missed out on $2,200."
Let me ask you a completely separate but very related question. In these times of COVID, you've lost your job. You're looking at the horizon and you're like, man, I have a family. I need to make sure my family is fed. I need to make sure that I'm fed. I need to make sure that my situation is secure. I need to make sure that, like, I'm doing the right financial things to make sure that I'm safe while I'm out of work and I'm looking and I'm unstable, right? And you're like, oh, I have a Jane V2. I bought it for $700 new.
At every case
flip
is
that
different.
bitch for $6,000, right?
Every case is
Let's
different.
say, as an example, 5,500, $5,000, I don't know, right? Yeah, so the moral implications aren't actually what's important in my mind in this case. The ethical and moral quandary isn't what's important in my mind. I'm talking about what's healthy for the hobby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only way we get better, the only way we make our hobby healthy, man, we're going on a rant again, but now on your stream. I'm sorry.
Hey,
No, you're good.
Love
I
you
mean,
guys.
these are all.
The only way
we talk
make,
about this all the time because
only
it's an
way we make
important
that
thing to
thing-
talk about.
I agree. The only way we make that right, though, right, is to avoid the problem in the first place. We don't ever get into
Yeah.
that problem because the supply chain logistics tail doesn't allow for it to happen in the first place. There's only a few ways that exists, right? One, supply can always meet demand. That's a way, right? If supply can always meet demand, then the price doesn't spike.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, what we're trying to get into, I think what you're talking about is that the problem is the flippers setting the market value.
Yeah.
Initially.
Yeah.
If they're not setting that market value initially, then things will just naturally be where they are, which is what it used to be, right? Keycaps used to be, you buy it on the market, on Mech Market for like 180, which was like, okay, maybe it's like $20 more than what the extras were. Makes sense. They paid.
It's usually like 180 shipped, so
Yeah,
the person's just recouping, maybe $10.
And then that just started gradually creeping up, and then all of a sudden it was like, I can't remember which set it was.
GMK Serica, $450.
Dude, no, someone paid like $700. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw $700. So the only other way, right, if supply is not always going to meet demand, and I think it won't because the markup on these products is actually pretty low. People aren't making 100% markup on keyboards. They are on keycaps, and that's a whole different issue, and that part should get resolved. And vendors are actually making a lot of money on the keycaps. And by a lot, I mean in the sub triple digit numbers for unpopular keycap sets.
Mm-hmm.
That's the profit.
Yeah. I think
So
another
that back though.
Yeah.
Right. The keyboards, which is what we're talking about. The markup isn't that high, so supply is not going to hit demand. So the only other way is for price to increase so the demand diminishes. And we're going to find that. That's one way. The only other realistic way that I can think of doing it is private GBs, and that sucks because it's exclusive. Because then the Chewies and the and the Osiris's and iammeuru get to join in, but the Joe Blow keyboard enthusiast doesn't, and that's bullshit. Sorry. I mean, I may be in that other category sometimes on the isolated case. It's not always, but in some minor and like some really isolated cases that may be true. But that being said, like that's unrealistically unfair. Like I can't stand that thing, right? Like Joe Blow keyboard enthusiast has to be able to get on some private GBs or at least be able to buy in on the public GB for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Well, private group buys
only-
are fantastic
It's
in a vacuum
If
of
it's
like
just the homies.
if it's like if it's like the edition, right? Like that's if there's a ton of stuff happening public and then the private group buys are just kind of there and like they just go on and on, right? Like they're a small portion of the larger thing. But if the larger stuff, like you're saying, like if prices skyrocket and then private group buys are the only thing where we're getting prices similar to what we are right now, then that's going to be awful for the community because, you know, Key Colts selling for $2,500 on retail is going to be a lot worse. There's going to be a lot less people wanting to purchase them.
So you brought it to a really good place. And this is actually where I wanted to go with it. Key Colt. Okay, so Key Colt has, if you go on their website or whatever, right, they've said like completely bespoke keyboards. This is actually a place where I think that the hobby could go that would be healthy. Drift Mechanics may have no desire to do this, but if this board is always available, but you have to pay the one-off price for it. So maybe including his markup so that he can make a profit, plus the fact that he's going to lose some on QC sometimes because they don't stand up. Plus you're willing to eat the risk in terms of schedule. Plus, whatever other bullshit that's involved, because there is some other bullshit involved that you aren't thinking of. Plus the fact that manufacturers absolutely 100% hate making quantity 1 of something.
Yeah.
That they're not likely to make quantity 50,000 of on the other end, right? If you're willing to eat all that, maybe this is always available, but it's like $1,500 and lead time is 4 months. That's a place we can go.
Yeah. I mean, that's like,
I believe.
I know how much a baka costs one off. Or a squid or whatever you want to call it. I know how much that it would cost one off. I personally don't think the board's worth that much as a one-off.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't, which is why you run a GB. You get me in, you get Osiris in. I'm number 4. Osiris is number 9, right? I know what the total number was. I'm not going to call you out on it. But my point is that's why you get other people in, because you're like, hey, dude, you're the homies. You guys want to jump in
Help
on this?
out.
I want 1 or 2 of these. Are you interested in this design? Let's do it. And that's where we get back into the circular pattern, right?
Well,
but in private group buys, that works. In public, that's stopping working, man. We're getting to too much demand.
So it brings up a good point, because the 3 of us are fortunate. We are able to get our hands on boards that people sometimes struggle to get their hands on. And you know, I see this in Discords, I see this in Twitch, where it's, why do all the streamers have all these hype boards? Why do all the good beer?
Oh, it's so good.
Good beer.
It's almost done, but it's so good.
It's like, why do all the streamers have all these good boards? Well, sometimes it's about being at the right place at the right time. Sometimes it's about spending the freaking money, but sometimes it's about the relationships you make with people too. Because, and I know Cyrus and I can say this. I work in an elementary school. Cyrus works at a hotel. We're not these like keyboard, like we didn't come in. We were like, let's just talk about keyboards and start streaming and start talking to people. Anyone can freaking do this. At the end of the day, anyone can do this, but you have to be willing to put in the time, the effort, the money, the investments. You have to learn about streaming. You have to be better about talking with people. You have to put in, Cyrus and I put in double-digit hours every single week for the last year and a half of our lives. That's why we have these boards. That's why we have these opportunities to get some of these things, because we put in all this time. But then as Mr. Joe Blow Keyboards Joe Blow Keyboards comes along, and someone who, keeps in contact with Keycap and, maybe watches Top Clock once a week and really likes these boards, but goes, man, I really want this key cool, but I couldn't get in on the thing. It sucks that they have it and I don't. I'm like, well, at that point to me, I'm like, you're not putting in
so
some effort.
I have a couple points to that, right? So like one is most of the people that I see in most group buys and private group buys, because I'm in a few, right? I
just wrapped up one.
I'm routinely in a few, which by the way, guys, if you ever have private group buys, please let me know. If I'm interested, I'll probably join.
If I'm running a private group buy, don't worry, I'll probably accidentally invite you.
I know you will. So, but my point is, I have a couple of points to that, right? Legitimate ones. One, you're right, but I didn't join in and become a streamer, and you probably didn't either.
To get cool boards.
Yeah, I had to mute that out. Anyway, I didn't do it to get cool boards, but I did get into it because I'm interested in those things. I'm interested in cameras. I'm interested in the streaming setup. I'm interested in whatever. And all of our situations are a little different, but I'm interested in it. So that's why I got into it, not because I wanted cool boards. That's thing number one. But thing number two is, most of the people that I see in these private group buys, they're Joe Blow keyboards.
Yeah.
I maybe see their names every now and then chatting in chat, in my chat, or in other people's stream chat, in your stream chat, but I don't see them doing other things in the hobby. It's not like they're streamers or they're whatever, right? If you're Teha, maybe you get in on, you get offered every group buy, potentially, maybe. I actually don't know his situation, and I believe it actually probably works against him occasionally. But whatever the case is, by the way, Nathan's an awesome dude in real life.
Yeah,
he's
he
super
actually
nice.
is a genuinely decent dude. But beside the point, right? You're not 100% wrong, but connections are always what matter in life to some extent.
Yeah, it's networking. Everything is networking.
I work with people that I don't talk to for a year or two or three, and then I have a thing or they have a thing that they need to get done or I need to get done or whatever. And they're like, hey, I know Josh works at this place and does this thing. Let me hit him up, because even if he's not the guy, he probably knows the guy at his place to do that thing. Done. Right? So networking is a big part of it. The social impact, the social aspect is really important, but even if you're not there, most boards you can buy into. Yeah. You can just buy into with money. And I mostly am doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I make some money off of keyboard build services and a tiny little bit off of Twitch. Less, I would argue, than literally anyone else doing the thing we're doing. Because literally everyone other than me takes sponsorship deals, which I don't hate on at all, but it just doesn't work out for me. It's not what I want to do, right? So I don't. So probably everybody else makes more off that thing than me, and I'm not unhappy about it. Yeah, I use that thing to partially, and by partially, that's a really liberal term. By partially, I mean a tiny fraction of what I spend on keyboards comes from that, and it goes into my keyboard fund.
Yeah. I mean,
but look, I've been into this hobby for 2 years. After all of that is said and done, over the last 2 years, when all the keyboards that I currently have waiting to come in, plus what I have, not just these, but those and all the ones in that room and everywhere else, of custom keyboards, I will have 22 keyboards, 23 maybe. Most of that is my money, that I put into it because I was interested. And there's effort that I put in, and I'm not mad or upset about the effort. It was just effort that came because I was interested in those things and I did it. I'm guessing that's the case for you guys, right?
Yeah.
We're cool. We've hung out a bunch.
Even if we're offered something, it's not yeah, here's something for free. sometimes
Here's
that has
you-
happened, but like more often than not, it's like, yeah, here's an opportunity to get something, but I'm still paying full retail price. Like,
Well, and oftentimes it's
I
like,
can't
hey,
think of a single time that's happened to me ever.
it's
Free.
like, I'm running this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I have one cable. I have a cable from Zap that he sent me.
Beer. People have bought me beer before at a meetup. The end. The only free things I've gotten from the hobby. Beer.
A lot of times
Not this kind of beer.
a lot of times if we get stuff that's free, a lot of times we just kind of look at each other and go, let's just give this away.
yeah,
like a lot of it's like, because then especially with us, it's like awkward. It's like, well, who gets it? like if we both want it, or sometimes neither of us want it, and you're just like, okay, there you go. But no, I think it's the opportunities. You get yourself opportunities, and that's what's great is because like you get, if I'm a group buy runner, like full disclosure with the squid, there are some people that I approached and said, do you want this? And that wasn't part of the 70 slots. I made extra I approached some people that I am friends with in the community.
I know somebody that told me that.
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, Chewy hit me up. That's how I'm getting in on this.
it's a lot of buys are like that.
Yeah, where it's like, I'm not going to take anything away from anybody else. But what I am going to do is offer you the chance to not have to worry about getting in on it on time or doing this. So I'm going to make extra off to the side and you will just get one. Because most people, if they're like, oh, I have one of 40 boards, it's actually like 43. And no one's going to be like, how fucking dare they?
Yeah, there's a lot of boards that have like a friends and family run alongside it that is, an undisclosed amount, and there are a lot of boards that do that where it's not detracting from the 50, 70, 100 boards that are listed as the group buy.
Because if those people ever sell their FNF board, if they ever flip their FNF board, they're officially and forever excluded from not just that one person who's running it, but legit everybody who's ever running FNF buys of anything ever who hears about it. The tree
branch is very much set. Now, if you get the board, the FNF board, you use it for a while, and then you just go, it's, because with the Baka, I said at the very beginning, I said, please don't flip it immediately. But then after a few months, I was like, now I don't care. Now I don't care,
bro.
Dude,
because I was like, you bought it, you used it, and then I had a couple of people that were like, I really just like I don't really want it anymore. Like that's fine, because you used it, you gave it the full try, and now you want to sell it. I'm like, that's totally reasonable. All that I ask is that try not to make a bunch of money off this board. I just don't care.
You know what the best example of this is? So I was Chewy's best man at his wedding. We're business partners, best friends for a while now. I paid the same that everyone else did for Baka, for an initial Baka run. I didn't get a free one.
Good. By the way, I feel like you charge people too little.
You got that hand delivered service.
True.
The Baka Yeet edition, where I just drive by your house and throw it out the door. So real quick, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, because I wouldn't mind getting into maybe some Among Us soon.
Who are your sponsors?
Let me tell you, all right. Switchmod.net/Mex on deck for 4% off your order. Right now, they got some springs and cool stickers. Be sure to keep an eye out on future group buys with Keycaps with them as well. So keep an eye on that. Dixie Mac, you can go to mexondeck.dixiemac.com from now until October 11th. SA Dual Shot is out and running. Highly recommend. You can go to mexondeck.project.link. GMK Noir is running next month.
Go ahead.
It's running next month. Awesome set by Apiary and Neflock. Like I said, running on Project Keyboards. Use that link.
Wait, what's that?
Get that GMK Noir. Look it up.
I didn't know Apiary was involved in it, but okay.
Yeah,
That's her set.
90% sure it's her set with Neflock doing the novelties.
The work of the novelties. That's the hard part, man.
True.
I'm not saying she can do a lot of work in the colors, but what I mean is like that's fucking.
No, the novelties are tough. And then next up, we got canonkeys.com/Mex on deck. Cat Mizu, only a couple hours left, so go pick up your sets now, as well as GMK Yuru, both great, fantastic sets. So be sure to check those guys out. And as well as our stream would not be possible without some of our awesome partners, Zap Cables, who's got the new jungle desk mat, really, really awesome. Type Beast, you can go typebea.st for awesome newsletter. And Smith and Rune, keep an eye out on the Iron 180, one of the most hype boards for this year. And go get some sweatpants from them because they are amazing. And also the stream would not be possible without you, the viewers.
I'm gonna put this out here. Iron 180, please, how? Want Iron 180 so bad,
dude. Right?
Fuck up.
No, I mean like for real. Want so bad, so.
Dude, honestly, the Iron is like the Iron 165. It is such a vastly different and like so consistent typing experience, like way more consistent. And I get some people aren't about the sound. Some people are like, oh, it sounds like poop. And I'm like, you're wrong. But dude,
you did a shitty job on your switches.
But it's
Are you listening, Smith and Rune? Are you listening, Luke?
Dude, it just
Are you listening, Vox?
The plate design, it just feels so amazing.
They aren't even in here. Are you listening? I want Iron 180.
I'm gonna message Vox right now and be like, give Iron 180 to
you guys. Don't even know. I will pay. I want so bad.
It does have less potential to sound as good as a Keycult. Listen, Nick Clicks. It feels way more consistent than a Keycult, and I felt Keycults.
You should all buy.
Like literally, the plate design is. We talked earlier about pushing the community forward. That the work that they did on that was one of the best things to happen for the community, and I hope more people do things like that and take a more scientific approach to things in this hobby. And we're starting to see that with people getting in with Nebulant to look at colors for keycaps and using science to make things better, because once we start doing that, things will get better.
I think the Iron 165 is one of the best feeling boards. I will say I think the Bauer sounds a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think the Bauer has the sound beat because I've got both the Bauer build and I've tried both the Bauer brass Zyko build on the Iron brass Zyko build and a Keycult brass Zyko build. I think the Bauer is one of the best sounding ones of those three, but the Iron sound, it feels amazing. The Iron is it's like weird that it feels like.
Sorry, I had to stop listening to you gentlemen for a moment.
Art Zyko is just a meme.
Duh, but also awesome.
Join the cult today.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna talk about Zykos for a second. I'm gonna go off on this for just 1 minute. I'm gonna limit it. Don't be a goddamn asshole. Okay? They are not a meme. They're awesome. They're fucking awesome. They are 2 seconds. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Brown Alps, neon green Alps, pretty much universally referred to as legitimately like the best tactile switches ever. Zykos are like the closest approximation you're ever going to get to that. Holy Pandas tried to be it. They were the closest for a long time. Zykos are just better. They're just better. They're really, really close. They're as close as I can imagine you getting without just going out and buying Brown Alps. The end, man. I ended in half the time.
Proud of you.
All I'm saying though, I want to try this. I told Chewy about this the other day.
First time ever.
Yes.
I told Chewy about this the other day. I want to try the Kiwi bottom or Tangy bottom with the Moyu black top and the Moyu black stem. I want to know what that feels and sounds like. It may not sound as good as a Zyko, but I can imagine it feels great because I know people are ranting and raving about those Tangy and Kiwi housings and how awesome they feel. So I'm interested. I want to try it.
I want something to be better than the Zyko because then I can build another board because then I can have a Zyko board and then a better board.
Yeah, the other piece about that combo is that the inverted switches would all be compatible with each other, and you wouldn't just have a box of like, here's switch parts.
A box of unusable plastic.
Okay, so ATXKB said Topra would like a word with you. Topra is hot fucking garbage.
I'm sure we're gonna lose our 159 our project keyboard sponsorship for this. Fuck Topra.
Why would you? Like, I mean, look,
he's a diehard Topra fan.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is.
Okay,
yeah,
so
159
stock. So I tried like heavies, lights, honest, like BKE Redux heavies and lights. Honestly, BKE lights are good. The stock FC980C dome's probably the best that I felt. It's still very rubber dome.
Yeah.
It's way better than most rubber domes. I'll give it that. It's like super premium rubber dome, but it doesn't beat Alps Browns at the end.
Kiwi Kang, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it, my dude.
Bears.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I feel like I need more time with Topra. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I feel like I need more time.
Do you?
Yeah. I still there's a piece of me that still just wants an HHKB board. Just want an HHKB.
No one's stopping. You've been saying this for 2 years. You're like, I just want an HHKB board. No one's stopping you. Get Amazon.
The problem is I don't want to spend the money on an HHKB. That's the problem.
I feel you.
I just need to find someone that has one that's not using it a ton and just borrow it for like a couple months.
Basura caliente. That's because it's hot garbage. It's hot garbage. I'm not even hating on the layout. I'm not hating on anything except the rubber domes. I would say that like it is the closest approximation any OEM keyboard will ever get. But it's still an OEM. It still feels like an OEM. It still sounds like an OEM. There are still boards that just beat it in every way. Now, if we could get some custom Topra boards, I might be willing to hear you. And I don't mean Norbauer, who literally takes an exact custom inside and puts it into a great case. The cases are great. It's an OEM keyboard inside.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Although I think he's planning on making a custom like Topra board at some point.
That's amazing, and he should do it. And I look forward to it. Please, someone send me one to test. I will give you my honest feedback. That's one thing I will always do, is give you my honest feedback. Drift Mechanics dropped into my stream yesterday, and was like, check out this cool design. This is my next board, I think. And I dug into it, right? I give him the critique. I told him what I think was cool. I told him what I think could be improved. Honestly, he's a cool dude, and I want him to be super successful, but I will always give you my honest opinion about boards. The end. And I trust that these guys will too.
There's no reason to not give an honest opinion. How are you ever going to? I think Osiris was one of the bigger critiques of the Baka because he told me these are things that I think should be better. And I'm like, that's what I want. I don't want someone to tell me, oh, it's just perfect. Don't change a thing. And then be like, fuck shit. I'm like, no, I
barely knew you. You accidentally invited me to the buy. And I wasn't in a place to say that to you. I was like, I'm just going to be quiet about this. Please give me board. Please get board.
Yeah. I mean, there's also, there's a lot of people that can't separate the critique of the design and they take it as a personal attack, which I think is a big issue in the hobby as well. But people making it a personal attack. Why do some people just they get so angry about someone's design or someone's keycap set, and they're they make it a personal thing against that person, and I'm like, you don't need to do that. Just say you don't like their design and then move on.
And that's the thing. And one thing. So here's just a tip if you decide to design a board and release it to the world, yes, it can be a scary thing. Know the board you are designing and know that it is not other boards. Because if someone comes up to me and goes, well, the Baka / Squid's nice, but it's no Bower, never was trying to make it a Bower. So I would never put those two boards in the same realm. They're completely different. They have different mounting styles. It's a different fucking layout. It's I don't want them to be related to each other, and they should. And I'm not saying anybody's come up to me going, well, it's no Bower. But I have had people go, well, it's not this. I'm like, well, it's not trying to be that. Know what, if you're designing something, if you're designing a keyboard, know what your board is about. Because then if people critique something that it's not about that, well, it's like, well, I'd like it if it was a 65%. I've gotten that multiple times. I'm like, that's fine. It's not. So I don't care. So that's just my tip. Make a board for you.
I'm going to say you should make the board that you want to make. If you're actually designing a board. So I have a buddy who's a mechanical engineer. We've talked a lot about different designs and design techniques and stuff. And we've talked about a bunch of different board concept ideas. And you're never going to please everybody, for one. Not possible. But if you have a concept that you think is really cool and you want to really make it, whether it's themed or not, by the way, people are really big on themes in our hobby. I'm not a giant theme guy. Like if the board is cool and designed by itself, there's a million key sets, there's a million switches, like you'll get something good out of it. But if you have an idea that you think is really cool, probably some other people in the hobby will think it's really cool too.
Yep.
And you should do it. Know that it's different than other things and just make it.
I mean,
it'll be awesome in its own right.
That's how the most popular things in this community have been made, is because of what you just said. Like Olivia was made because Olivia wanted that exact keycap set. Keycult started because Riot wanted a board. Like he wanted to make a board for himself. You know, and then it's just innovations from there on out. I mean, even vendors, look at the way that they started because they saw a hole and they decided, well, I want to do it like this. And they saw an opportunity, you know. Project Keyboard, they started with Kepler and Sirius. They saw two boards. No one had done really Palm before. And then Sirius just came out and was full Palm and was crazy. And the Kepler was a board that was kind of like unprecedented at the time in terms of the way that it handled everything. You know, it came with a freaking like gun case. Like no one's doing that. Like not even now.
I want that.
Like,
yeah, I mean, look at the Lumina with core. Oh wait, that was a shit show.
True. Also, 10 Strong, you are right. Palm is not
so many shots fired.
Palm is not the best to cut. It's similar in the issues with Lumina in terms of Korean manufacturing, but like, you know, they still did it. Sirius is still happening. Like they're still getting more and more.
I want the aluminum Sirius. I want the cutout of I want the inverse of like brass and palm. Like I want a palm plate with a brass Sirius and a palm weight.
What are you doing with your life?
A palm weight. Fucking keyboards, man. That's what I'm doing. I had to explain for the first time today. I had to explain what I did on Twitch to a coworker that's new this year, and they're like, "So you stream like video games on Twitch?" And I was like, "No." Like, what do you mean? I was like, "I talk about mechanical keyboards." Like, "Oh, like you build them?" And I was like, "Yes, but I also talk about them." And they're like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have like you know, like a talk show about like normal things." They're like, "Yeah, like news." I was like, "Kind of, but it's specific to the mechanical keyboard hobby." And she's like, "You guys have news?" And I was like, "We actually don't talk about news that much. We talk about ideologies and ideas and stuff that goes inside the." And she just like, I could see the just like you're the most boring
coworkers. I told my coworkers that I have a board that's worth like $4,000, and they just were like, "I don't even know what the words you just said to me mean. I don't even understand how those words get strung together in the same sentence."
Yeah, it is crazy, like explaining the hobby to like my parents, and they're like, they don't understand. They're like, "Why would you spend so much money on a keyboard?" Well, I'm like, well, if you think about it this way, if tomorrow I was in like a really shitty position and I needed like money really fast, like say I got COVID and then all of a sudden I found out I had like some terminal illness that I had no idea. And like I'm in the hospital and I got to pay all these bills. I could sell my keyboard collection for like $7,000-8,000 and just be good.
Easy
Like-
clap. Yeah.
Like that's insane. But it's something that's like I really enjoy, and
Yep.
if I decide one day that I don't want to do it anymore, I can part with some boards and recoup some of the money that I spent and be fine with it and move on.
Spend it on glass.
Yeah, spend it on glass. Buy that new Canon C70, which I really am. More I look into it, I don't know if I want to get a
You gonna go
C70
for
or
it?
an A7S3. I don't have a job still, but you know what? Hey,
Did you
Hey,
say? Did you
Fucking
mean?
memes?
Did you mean A7C?
no,
No,
A7S3.
A7S.
Oh, you want the A7? Wait for
Either
A7.
either that or the C70.
Okay, the C7.
The 120
Yeah,
FPS 4K sounds pretty insane.
A7 IV is the one that I'm waiting for. I was excited for
too.
the A7C, and then Eric and I had
it's a great camera.
a great laugh because it could have been so much better, but
You mean the A7 III that they just put in a smaller body and they took the EVF away from?
Oh no! Hold on. Lost its EVF, but what did it gain?
Not a menu system that works better.
hey, this is an A6000, all right? This is an A6000. I'm going to show you something that this is better.
Custom buttons.
Look at that. Look at that.
I
Look
don't
at that. This
disagree
is
with
a
you.
2014 camera that's
So
doing better.
It gained real-time video eye tracking.
Yeah.
It did, but
Which
guess
is
what?
cool.
So does the A6600.
It does, but that's an APS-C camera, and no deal. We'll be buying 0 more APS-C cameras. This is an
Listen,
APS-C camera. This one up here that you guys can't see right now, it's on. I could switch to it. It's an APS-C camera. That one that is not on is a full frame. I want real-time video eye tracking, and then I'm going to
The
put a
A7 IV
24
is gonna be
millimeter,
great.
and then I'm going to put a 24 millimeter
You're going to get the G
F1
Master,
F1.4,
the G
right?
Master.
And then we're going to be
Yeah.
like bokeh bitches, all the bokeh.
Which is dumb.
Sorry.
Like, so I'm actually changing my room setup again. So this is actually probably the last stream you're going to see in this little corner.
Don't make me the last. Make me the first. Can I ask? Come on, man.
What are you
come back
doing,
and-
Chewy? What are you changing
I'm
it
gonna
to?
rotate this way, so I'm actually gonna see more of the room because I do love me some good old background.
The
It shows
bokeh?
up when I'm a lot closer, but because I'm
Okay.
too close
With
to
your
the wall,
F1.4 APS-C lens.
Sigma
Come
one,
on.
dude.
Dude, the
it's
Sigma
great.
1.4, the
great.
Sigma, dude, they're
I know.
good.
I kind of want one. I'm
It's-
not
it's
lying. I
amazing.
kind of want
It's
one.
amazing.
But I also kind of just want a 24 millimeter F1.4 full frame lens.
You know what's funny
So-
though is the lens. I have like I took the time to like put stuff on the little shelf behind me, like little things, but no one can ever
Flirt.
see what it is. Like I've got
Swissy, duh.
I've got my Legend of Zelda and my Donkey Kong Game & Watches, which if you don't know what a Game & Watch is, it's basically like the OG Nintendo DS. I've got a yo-yo that Tyler Durdens from CYO Cap sent me. All my keyboards are there and my whiskey collection is back there, but you can't really tell what it is because it's blurred.
This is even closer. Every note, every personalized note I've ever received is right behind these Funkos, and like all these your buddy Shocks sent this little thing.
That's
Up here?
That thing is cool. I had one of those in my trunk, and it warped crazy hard during the summer.
Oh, I can.
Well,
letting
this
you
isn't
know.
warped, but
Mine warped
I want
crazy
the cool
hard.
things, but yeah, it's like it's kind of hard to even see it right there. So I was like, I'd rather have the background blur. I'm not going to care as much about the background of my shots anymore because, like, while this was cool, there's better things that I like. So,
Yeah.
Like
Anyway.
fine whiskey.
like, fine.
So
whiskey.
are we on the fast 4 or the slow 4?
I don't know. We never
finished.
We never finished the fast four. What's your top 4 favorite foods?
Top 4 favorite foods, and then we'll wrap it into some Among Us.
All right.
Because we gotta turn some people into hams, and I want to kill you.
I've never played the game. Are you gonna own
Time
me?
to get
It's not
murked.
really like a like I
Minus
guess
12.
there's some skill to it, but it's not like it's
You're not gonna let me like go the longest. I can't be the longest. That's okay.
it's
I
not
understand.
like necessarily a 100% experience based game, right? Like there's not a learning curve as much as like
just
a lot of
fucking
other
being
games.
devious.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so so top 4 favorite. What was the last top 4?
Keyboards, which went
Keyboards.
into the rest
Yeah,
of
we
the
covered that one. Okay, good.
You gave the top
So-
4 keyboards, you gave like 14. So
You know what? Do you want some more?
No.
no, I'm good.
No,
I
no,
just
we're
played
good.
with
I
the
want
Jetfire. It was pretty cool. All right. All right. I'm just fucking with these guys. Come on.
You know I love
Okay, so tiramisu is my favorite thing.
Great man.
The rest of it, I just love everything. I just love all food. There's no even like, do I really need to like dig in? Because I will, but like, do I really need to?
Just list maybe
For the purposes of
things
the stream,
you're
yes.
feeling right now. Things you're feeling right now. Just 3 things you're feeling right now.
I'm really loving garlic parmesan chicken wings. Not even like, I'm just fucking with you guys. I don't even know.
Dude, that sounds so good right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't even know what to tell you. Like, what am I feeling like literally this moment? Because I got real fat by eating a lot of really good food. And it's happening again. Yeah, man. Like tiramisu is the top 1. Pumpkin pie is up there with like number 2, maybe. Probably really. Oh man, love pumpkin pie. If I was gonna have like legit anything, but like really good anything, not like shitty version of, but like really good anything, I'm gonna go with escargot.
There you
Right.
go. Like, one of my coworkers pronounced it
Shit's fucking bomb.
escargots today or yesterday.
Escargots. Yeah, escargots. Whatever. Not Geo, you still in the chat, my man? Yeah, you gonna pull out some dumpster French for me up from the Quebecois? Escargots.
Escargots.
Ooh man, I hope he's in here. He's gonna be like shots fired. He's gonna like
It's cock
rattle off a bunch of shit to just own me. Because he'll win. He'll win.
I know Urban is
win.
probably hating this because Urban speaks French.
Ooh. So Tiny Shiny Crumb says poutine. Poutine is fucking awesome. Not gonna lie.
Are you like a crazy poutine guy, or are you like classic? Like, do you like when they add a whole bunch of other shit, or like
All things, anything.
I feel like American poutine is just
Fucking
Whataburger scattered, smothered,
duck confit.
not
duck
Whataburger,
confit.
Waffle House.
Poutine.
Dude, American
on.
poutine is like how we treat like macaroni and cheese. Like, you know, there's those macaroni cheese stores that's just like, yeah, it's just like, how much shit can I put in the mac and cheese? And yeah,
I don't love mac and cheese that much. I gotta be honest. Wait,
really, dude? You're not like down to like slam down like an entire like dish of mac and cheese?
I'm kind of a basic bitch when it comes to mac and cheese. Like if you take like the Kraft mac and cheese and then you doctor that shit up with like all sorts of other fucking pungent cheeses.
Dude, secret sauce.
Okay, so if
cream
we want to
cheese.
go on cheese, what's your favorite cheese? What's your favorite cheese? Because mine is blue cheese.
Like specific cheese.
English white cheddar or Wisconsin white cheddar.
There's a I've talked about this before. There's a type of cheddar called the cowboy cheddar, and it is so fucking good, but it's a little expensive.
Giddy up,
so
motherfucker.
Yeah. We used to get it at the hotel.
So I want to tell you guys a story about cheese. Okay, so you guys remember the stream that I did, the like super brief, like 15-minute stream I did when I was on a cruise ship?
Yes.
Which, by the way, the next time I'm on a cruise ship, I am legit streaming a build. I already got it planned. I'm
hot
doing
swap?
it. Fucking doing it. No, not a hot swap.
Oh, wow.
I'm soldering that bitch. Fucking take it from me. I dare you. I'll buy another one in port.
Yeah, Mr. L. Baron, our buddy here wants an Iron 180.
Wait, he's in?
and he's
Yeah,
willing to pay
L.
10 times the price.
The majestic man
wait,
himself,
don't say 10
L.
times.
Baron.
Hold on, don't negotiate for me. Yeah,
11
dude,
times the price.
I ain't even joking, man. I ain't even joking. Iron 180 has to happen for me, please. Please want. Oh god. Anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the cheese story, right? So that cruise that I was on, where I did the stream, right? I am gonna stream from my next cruise, which by the way should be in March, and it will be. Oh god, it's gonna be Panama Canal.
Ooh,
There you go.
getting fancy with
it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going all out. Anyway, so I walked up to the buffet, right? And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like walking down, and I'm like, there is a wheel of blue cheese up in this bitch. Blue cheese is my favorite cheese. There's a wheel, and by wheel I mean like a round, tall,
like would
wheel.
be difficult to lift.
Yeah, like I'm taking this back to my room, bitches. No, so I show up, right, and I got an empty plate, and I was like, ooh, cheese. Is it cheese? It's cheese, la fromage. So I'm there, right, and there's like a bunch of crumbles out, and then there's the little pie cutter deal where you cut more crumbles off, and I was like, oh, I got this, right? So I take the pie cutter. There's a bunch of crumbles there, and I'm like, no, that's bullshit. So I take the pie cutter, and I literally cut like a wedge, right? Not like if it would be a reasonable but very tall wedge.
That's
right?
like straight out of a movie where like I'm just having one slice of cheese, but it's like
no. Oh, dude,
Josh
so
gets you get a blue cheese salad, and instead of the wedge of iceberg lettuce, you're just like, nah, dude, fuck that. We're going full cheese.
Sprinkles of lettuce on top. So, all right, well, guys, like I said, we're gonna change it up. We haven't done this before. We're gonna play some Among Us. So we'll be probably take a quick second to get the thing set up. But if you guys haven't played Among Us, it's really fun. We did it Saturday. It's fun to watch. And let's have some fun.
Hey,
Geeks,
Mod
don't
Brothers.
panic. Thank you for the 3 months sub. Hey, Mod Brothers. What's up, dude? What's up? What's up?
So you just hit 2 hours. Clearly, you want to rush me along. It's okay,
God,
bro.
no.
I understand.
Listen, man, I told my wife, I stood up. This is no shit. I stood up.
This one's gonna be long.
Last night we said we finished up at like 9:30. It was a little bit shorter than usual. And I stood up. She was like, "Yeah, it's short." And I said, "Yeah, we're having iammeuru. Are you doing tomorrow?" And she goes, "Yeah." So it's going to be a lot.
You just wait till the Rona's over and I come and stay and hang out. I'm just saying.
True.
Listen, my
it's
couch
gonna
is
happen.
available. Lang as our I
Taking you
I
up
told
on it
Lang
already.
last week. I told Lang I was like, I was really really sick, and I was like, "Don't worry, I'm not dying until I meet you."
It should be all of us.
Dude, that would be so much fun.
We're gonna do our own
down,
Dallas meetup, and it's gonna be crazy. Because Osiris has a couch, I have a couch, and we can buy air mattresses.
The whole thing.
And we can go camping.
Let's stream the camping session.
Dude.
I'm just saying. Let's do it. We'll go camping.
IRL
Fucking
streams.
stream it IRL over the. Yeah. Anyway.
So
the
guys,
cheese. Man,
the
are you gonna let me tell me the fucking cheese?
Oh yeah, let him
story?
tell his cheese story. Let him
you
finish
ate
it.
a
Let him finish it. Let him
With
finish
you.
it.
No. So I cut this fucking big ass wedge of cheese, right? I cut this big ass wedge of cheese, and it's so tall that it has to like fold in half on my plate, fit on the fucking little pie plate, right? So I like plop it down on there and then pick the rest of it up and slop it back up on there. And this woman next to me looks over at me like I fucking kicked her dog. She's just like, the fuck is this asshole doing, right? Like, this guy is gonna eat all this goddamn cheese, right? And then I pick up a fork and I'm like, oh, and walk the fuck off. She just has this incredulous look like, the fuck is this guy's problem?
motherfucker.
Just eating all the fucking blue cheese up in this bitch.
Americans. Suddenly this woman's French and hates you.
Whatever.
So.
Good blue cheese. Anyway, all right. So that was the fast 4, but I only gave you like 2. So I'm just
record fast for 2 hours.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Well, you fucking challenged me. You're like, you have the longest one already. I was like, gotta beat myself.
To be fair, we did shift into like
Yeah.
another conversation, so it's not 100% the fast food.
2
Can we
hours.
officially end the fast four? Because there's one question you still haven't asked me that you normally ask.
That's the end. We haven't really done that in a long time.
Well, I'm fucking here.
Well, answer it. If you know the question, fucking answer.
All right. So here's the deal. I watched the first 3 episodes of The Office, and I just about shot myself.
That's we gotta watch
I know
season 2.
Everyone told me, they're like, you should just skip season 1 and come back to that shit at the end because you're gonna like it a lot more. I believe them. But I watched the first episode of Parks and Rec, and I was like, I could get down with this. I didn't, but I will one day, because I'm the kind of guy who watches literally all of The Sopranos up to that last 8 episodes and saves that for 4 years down the road.
There you go.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Well, you got 2 hours before Parks and Rec leaves Netflix, so.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
I'm not.
NBC was like, we're taking all of our shit.
I'm not gonna say I just download all that shit because that would be illegal.
I mean, you could have downloaded it 100% legally from iTunes.
That's true.
And you can buy it on Amazon.
Or you could just buy it on Amazon. Yeah, I was like, there's that.
All right, guys, we'll be right back and joined by some good friends. So BRB for some among.
1 second. To all of you ladies and gentlemen, and theys and thems, some fine scotch to all you fine viewers, and mechs on deck. Cheers.
Cheers.
To you guys on Among Us.
What is up, everyone? We're back. Get the
What
music
up?
done. Playing some Among
Howdy.
Us. We got some people that maybe you didn't know were here. Maybe you've never met them before. But we got Chewy, of course.
Hello.
Doodle Bob, aka I almost said Oily Josh.
You haven't been oily Josh in a hot minute.
No, I have not.
But Chewy's wife, Doodle Bob.
This is definitely going to take me a minute. Sorry,
TSC,
buddies.
Hello.
Jinly Bean,
Hello.
and Grimebox.
Greetings.
And then, of course, Elevision, aka Keeb Noob in the chat.
Oh, hey.
And then iammeuru is on his way. But we're going to get some
Look.
Among Us gameplay going. We're going to lie to each other, maybe, probably.
Just lie to me.
I will
Lie to me.
never lie.
Like 100% lying is gonna
Lying
happen.
is bad for your health, okay? You shouldn't
Deception. 100% deception.
Jinly Bean's got her crow beak on. We got...
I thought that was a plague mask.
I was about to say it's the plague doctor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Plague Doctor. We got Jason.
Which is appropriate.
Which one's the
He's
Sherlock
got
Holmes
the little pet.
hat?
That's
Would that be the one I'm wearing, or is it...
no Sherlock Holmes is
No.
like it's a lot taller and rounder, and it's got
Yours
a
is
flap
the
on the
Dick
front and a
Tracy
flap on the
hat.
back,
And the Dick Tracy hat? Okay.
or your milady hat.
Milady.
Dude, I'm gonna go devil horns.
Boom.
And you're red. How sus
You know,
is
those
that?
kind of look like
Oh.
Anubis ears.
Yeah.
They do look like Anubis ears.
I got the kitty cat.
I don't know if I have a mohawk or if it's supposed to be like a fin.
I think it's a.
It's
Oh,
a
you're
it's
right.
like a
I
mohawk.
think it's a pretty awesome
could be a
mohawk.
Either
fin,
that or
though.
you're like a
Sea
swordfish.
Sea monster. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It looks kind of like a fish or something.
Up to the imagination.
That's cute.
Dude, I got the devil horns, but I'm also
me
like
2
classy.
seconds
I'm
to
wearing the
restart.
suit.
Oh, I want a hamster.
Chewy, why does your pet not match the color of your body?
I don't know, but I like to think that my dog is individualistic.
Mine doesn't match either.
You don't have one.
Yes, I do. I have a puppy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see it.
Somebody has a hamster.
I do have a puppy.
Jinly Bean's got a hamster, but I don't see Doodle
Oh.
Bob's.
He's following me
I see
around.
Doodle Bob.
Weird visual bug. When in doubt, vote laying out. Absolutely. Dude, Brez, get in here, bud.
All the features a hamster.
Come make some hams with us.
I I think I've decided I'm just gonna like use my Discord on one computer and my gaming on another. How do I, since we're not videoing, how do I even join you guys? Literally never played this game before.
So open the game up, and when on the first screen there'll be a private and like section, and you put the code in there.
Chewy will send you the code. Someone will
Alright,
send you the
fine.
code.
Man, I feel like an idiot who doesn't know how to use computers right now. I'm like one of those old geezers who's like, I don't even know.
How make work do?
I'll make work do.
How I do pewter.
What's a browser? I don't know.
Let me go to www.askjeeves.com.
Holy shit.
That's Jeeves,
Does
bro.
Ask Jeeves even still exist? Is ask.com still a thing?
No, I don't
I
think
have
so.
no idea.
Is
I
it
think it
real?
is,
I don't even
but I
know.
don't
Are you
think
going to
it's
use
owned by the
Netscape
people
to
that
try and
owned
get
it.
there?
Dude, I'm gonna go to
I need to look up
AOL.com.
I need to look up Encarta.
Hang on, I don't have enough. I don't have enough hours on my disk. I have to go find some more disks.
Dude,
I have
then
to
you
go
gotta go
find
and you gotta download more
CDs.
memory. Oh, there he is. I
Ask
mean, where are you?
Download more memory.
Does
Good job.
exist.
Wow.
God, I need more
I
booze
think
for this.
ask.com exists, but I don't think it's run by the people. I think someone just was like, I want to buy this.
Probably.
What,
It looks
what are the
pretty
controls
spammy.
for this?
Josh, it's WASD, and if you want to customize your little guy, you come over to the computer and then you click customize.
Who is this person that just joined?
Oh, could be someone in chat.
Why am I not moving? Oh, mouse moves.
We didn't leak the code though.
Oh,
I thought you just said
that's
WASD.
They left.
They left,
that's
so there it
that's
is.
salty. That's salty.
Oh, it
hey,
was?
That's me.
If you
Hey,
go up
oh,
to the
okay.
gear,
If you want that slot open, I left.
No,
Oh, no, you're good. We just didn't know who it was.
You.
Oh, gotcha.
Josh, if you want to
My bad, bros.
change your
Hey, what's up?
controls, go up to the little gear in the top and then click mouse and keyboard for the controls.
There we go. Regular peoples.
You 100% want that for sure.
They need
All right,
mouse
we good?
keyboard.
Get in your seats
Way
if
to
you're
go.
ready.
Oh, better.
Oh, I already hit
Looking
start.
sus.
Gets the peak.
That outfit.
Dressed to kill.
No talking chat. All right. It's always Chewy. Dude, it is
shit.
always Chewy.
Guys, I'm not an imposter.
That's
What I
pretty
do.
sus.
That's what imposters
pretty
say.
Pretty
Freaking sus.
sus. Pretty sus. It's you, Chewy. It's you. What do I do objectives?
Do all my tasks. Gonna do my tasks. Simon says takes
Get away
forever.
from me, Chewy. I don't trust you. Huh?
Oh, first try, baby. Okay. Is it Chewy? I don't think it's Chewy. He could have killed me already. I don't know who it is, but I'm just trying to get my tasks done. They gave me crap last time for not doing my tasks and focusing on trying to find murderers. So I'm just gonna... Is Elle just sitting at the door? I'm not doing oxygen. Look at me being a good crewmate. Oh,
Buddy zone cafeteria. Wires.
I was waiting for. Oh, there's two.
well, there's two. Dude.
Wow, killed two in the same place. How does
So
that
I
even
was
happen?
with Osiris and Grind when we went to the reactor. I think that was Osiris.
Yeah, I was there. I saw
There were a lot
you.
of people at the reactor.
That was,
pretty much
but
the whole
that,
team
that
was
was
there.
yeah. But then when I went in, I think Salty was there too.
Yeah.
Left with salty.
Yeah, I
There's
feel
a
like
lot
I
of
was there
people
with
in there.
Osiris for quite a while. I feel like he's pretty clean.
So the Elevision one had to have been pretty recent because I went up to Greenhouse and I just did the top O2 and then I was doing the leaves, and Elevision split off of me to go to cafeteria, I guess. So that had to have been pretty quick, pretty recent. So
I saw Blue in comms. That's the closest person I saw. But
Comms is the top right one, right?
no, comms is like
just above
right
med
before
bay.
decontam.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where I was, and I'm
okay.
blue.
Maybe I'm thinking.
I'm blue and I have no idea
It
where
was- I might be mistaken. It's the spot with the computer the scanner that tells you what doors they go through. That's where Blue
there's
was
one
standing.
that tells me
That's
what
called
doors
storage.
go through.
I thought
That's
it was
where I
storage.
was.
Whatever.
Yeah. Go the door
It's okay.
logs.
I already voted for somebody.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Okay.
Who'd you vote for?
Do you mind sharing?
I mean,
I mean,
I
you
already
don't
told
have
you I
to.
don't trust Chewy, so like.
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay.
That's
I
fair.
mean, someone is
Sorry,
dead
Chewy.
early.
I love
so-
you, buddy, but I just don't trust you.
I wouldn't
I
call this early though. Like
Poor Chewy.
Yeah, are these fast kills?
These are
I
not
was
that
like, "Get
fast
away from me,"
kills.
and you
They
kept
didn't
following
Like-
me.
feel that fast.
L like
I
just
had
died.
enough time.
My suspicion is TSC and Osiris because they were the only ones that weren't in reactor.
I was
but
in
you
reactor.
could-
Osiris went to
Yeah.
reactor.
I just went
But
directly to
TSC 's
reactor off
kinda
the spawn.
shifty.
I was in
haven't even-
decontamination. I was
Yeah.
doing my task.
Well, supposedly
Kinda
these bodies
shifty.
are old.
Huh?
Supposedly the bodies are old.
No, the bodies aren't
No,
old.
Osiris was saying
Elevision
that
is like
Elevision was
just
fresh.
happened.
Oh,
Right? Are we voting or are we?
I guess
Yeah,
we
don't let Chewy die. Don't let Chewy die.
I'm
Yeah,
skipping.
skip, skip,
I
skip.
was like, I need
I
to
still
skip
voted
before I
Chewy.
accidentally kill.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chewy. Love you, buddy.
I feel like
Hey,
Red is pretty safe.
it's okay. Someone's got to take the role of Lang.
There you go. I was like,
Someone's
got to
fill his
I don't know
shoes.
about this game.
What a noble sacrifice.
Grindbox, get away from me. Sorry, basically anybody that's close to me, you're gonna get voted on.
Is no one going? Is no one going to reactor? What the fuck, dude? Okay, done. All right, I got one task left, and then we're just gonna shadows. We're just gonna run around the map. He's doing. Did he go in? Where did he go? I think it's grind. I'm gonna do bottom oxygen, but I'm gonna die. Watch. Watch. I'm gonna do bottom oxygen, but I'm gonna die. Janelle's gonna kill me. I'm done with my tasks. This is not enough tasks. Grind is acting sus, dude. Grind is acting sus. Just like check the rooms for the bodies. Let's look at admin, see where everyone's at. 2 in cafeteria, 1 in medbay. 1 in reactor. Who's in cafeteria just left? Someone dead in cafeteria?
Some of these objectives take forever. That's all I'm saying.
No one's down in here. They trying to get like a double kill? Here?
Okay, who just ran out of reactor? Because someone did not see Okay, so first, like, sus on grind because he was in there just kind of chilling.
Yeah, I was on the right side. I just turned the thing off.
You didn't see the body on the. Okay.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, the thing I was in counts down from 100% real slow.
Oh, you don't
And
have to
takes, like,
stand by
forever.
that. Ideally, you turn that on right away, and then you walk away and come back.
Yeah.
Oh, you like click the button and then you just walk away and it.
Yeah, that
It's
one you don't have
counting
to
up.
monitor.
Dang, I was just staying there. I was
You
like,
just,
wow,
you
this
just
takes
go
forever.
back to
Rookie
it when
move,
it's
brother.
finally done.
Well, look, man, that's all I know. I was at that place, wherever that fuck that
Rookie
is.
move.
Everyone
Literally his
gets
first
that
game.
advice, though, usually.
Thank you.
So it's all
Thank
good.
you.
Okay, but there's an issue here. So, like, who turned it off on the right side then?
That was me. I did the right side.
Okay, so
So
the
there were
body was
two other
on the
people
right
in here,
side.
but I can't remember who. It was like, I know that Blue is on the ship. Honestly, I kind of thought it was Janelle.
So let's
Do we know
talk
if it's
about
one-
who is unaccounted for. then.
Where's everyone
Is
else?
it,
Yeah,
do we
where
know if
is
it's one or
everyone?
two imposters?
It's two
It's two
imposters. We haven't voted
imposters.
anyone out.
Oh,
Where is everyone?
The
That was
two
reactor.
of the five. 2 of 5.
I just got
Yeah.
stuff to do in admin. That's all.
Well, where were you, Osiris?
I am at the bottom. I was trying to go up to reactor because I was like, holy shit, no one's doing reactor.
Oh, I had
I'm
to
at the
do.
door.
I had to do the watering can one.
So I'm kind of sus on those three then. You know?
Well, what were you doing? Because this could have just as well been a self-report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't really have any suspicions at first. It wouldn't make sense that you.
Okay, so I don't understand how this could be a self-report, Brett. You just saw me enter reactor.
Yeah, I just yeah.
But
I was
was not
originally I
there
was suspect of you,
before,
and then I asked whether or not we had two imposters. Just
but I
to
was
clarify
not
if there
there
could be a chance.
before. So
I
that
think-
should be enough to shut that down, Chewy.
I think it's Chewy and
I'm trusting
Josh.
you, man. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm going with that too.
It's definitely not me.
I'm gonna
Like, I don't
I'm
even-
gonna take out Chewy first.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing.
I'm down to go Chewy. If not, we lose the game, but it's okay.
I feel like maybe it's you now, Osiris. I'm just saying.
It's
I
not
don't know who
me.
to vote for.
My
Blaming
chat can
me.
vouch.
I'm
don't
voting
feel like
I
Josh.
was doing this thing that I've never done
I
before.
don't feel like it's Osiris either.
Wow, more of you voted for me than all.
Just
At
do your
least I can
tasks,
finish my
people.
tasks.
Where's tasks? Stay away from me. Stay away.
Shh. They're just gonna double kill. He didn't. Interesting. Dude, who's not doing their tasks, man?
Brett, I could have sworn you said your last tasks were in admin, but you went down
Yeah, I have what the last freaking weapons thing to do and admin. That's
and then
all.
you went into reactor.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I finished my weapons task and it still wasn't done. I saw 1 or 2, and I figure if we don't do it, we lose. So I better get in there.
Hmm. Interesting.
I went to the same place with the really long countdown thing that you guys told me you can like just click the thing and leave. I went to that same place.
All I'm saying
Just
is
trying to follow the arrows.
we can skip here and just do your tasks. Unless we want to murder grind.
Feel free. I mean, I could do my task faster that way.
I'm gonna skip. Just do your tasks.
Oh, skip.
Biohazard. I thought about it. I thought about murdering grind. But you know what? Hey. O2, someone's gonna die. Grind's gonna chase me to do. I gotta do bottom O2 real quick. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Who's not doing their tasks? Do your tasks, people. It's grind. 100% it's grind. Yeah, he was just standing there. The bar didn't move. Dang it. Brian, where are you?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I'm in admin.
All right, it's grind.
Why?
Because it's you, dude. Because, okay, first off,
I'm in the
you
starting
went to
area.
go do one of the tasks and the bar didn't move after you walked away from it in admin.
Yeah, I clicked out of the screen by accident.
Sure. It's grind.
I don't know. Josh, what do you think?
I mean, I was in the starting area and I'm new to this, so I suck. Womp womp.
That's okay. You're still allowed an opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for grind. And hopefully Osiris isn't that good of a liar. Sorry. Oh, you voted for yourself?
Because
It's
it's
a
him.
possibility.
I was going to click the button, but I decided to let you have your day. Wanted to give you a chance.
So I was torn because I was like, so Josh, when we play, we mute during the game, and I was worried that you kept being like, Chewy, get away from
Oh
me."
yeah,
I was like,
that totally
I
made
was like,
Josh
if I
invincible.
go
am I
murk
doing?
him, he's gonna be like, damn it, Chewy, kill
I was like, what am I doing? No, I wasn't gonna say Chewie killed me. I know not to do that, but I was like, fucking stop following me, asshole.
Also, I got the smoothest kill on Genly Bean I think I've ever had of any
Oh,
kill.
so you were one of the bad guys.
Yeah, Grindbox
See?
killed me. Like he was standing on top of me with everybody in the room, and he killed me.
Well,
I
I
just want to
went
say
and
this: you were the
Murdered.
two sus the whole time. Chewie
So-
from the very beginning, and Grindbox, you're the only
said I
other
was
person I
sus.
voted
You
for.
said I was sus before I did anything. No,
Fucking
so
told
right
me
when I
early.
saw Salty come in, I was
Oh, the
like,
buddy
he's
system's
not looking at
important, man.
he's not looking at me. I can go kill Janelle right now, right before the report happens. And as the report happened, I offed Janelle's head. I was like, boom, got there. Then I was like, yeah, I was on the other side of the ship.
Lyle.
And no one called me out for it. I was like, yes.
When in doubt, vote Chewie and Lang out.
Pretty
Brutally
Pretty much,
murdered
yeah.
your wife.
brutally.
Yeah.
And no one found the body.
Who killed
Genly
L?
died first,
Oh,
therefore it's
That
true.
had to have been grind.
Grind killed me.
I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't kill L.
Guilty.
We good to
Is there a
go?
reason? Is there a reason to change your color?
I mean,
No,
not
just
really.
personal
Yeah, you just-
preference.
I like blue. I'm doing
sometimes red is sus. I don't know.
Yeah.
Red sus.
Red.
always.
Different sus levels for sure.
Yes,
that. Okay, sitting in a seat.
Apparently, I'm always sus.
always.
All right,
I mean,
Chewie.
you're
This time
literally
I'm
the
sitting
devil.
next to you. I trust you this time.
I don't know. I've been imposter like 6 times in one night.
Crewmate again. Let's see, where are we going? Where are we
Now's
going?
when I'm quiet, right?
Yes.
Okay. Meeting.
I think we're gonna go cafeteria.
God, Dave and I were in the same room, and I was so sure I died just then.
Where was the bot?
I thought I died. I was like, oh no. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm pretty sure it was me. There was
Elle and
people.
Elle and I are clear
Yeah.
on this one because we were in
We're
med
on
bay
the med
together.
bay. Yeah.
Yeah, so Chewie and Janelle are up top.
Where's the body first?
1 second. Josh, what are you doing?
I saw you, buddy.
You saw me, dude.
Uh-oh.
You're literally walking away from Doodle Bob's body.
I saw you, Doodle, and I think I saw Teal.
I was with Purple in the airlock reactor.
And
Yes. For this
Teal
one,
like
I
me?
don't suspect Grindbox yet.
Okay,
You can
so
suspect me later. It's fine.
so this one, this one's literally next to like the button in cafeteria. I walk out from getting the watering can, and iammeuru is walking right past the body into where the watering can is, and I find
Bro, I don't
the ham
barely
of
know
Doodle
where I
Bob
am.
just sitting there.
Okay, so Josh, you get to play the newbie card basically like 1 or 2 times before we stop giving the benefit of the doubt.
Like when you're a newbie. I don't know. Whatever, man. I don't know. I guess vote me off if you feel like. But I saw Osiris. I feel like I saw Teal Elevision.
You didn't see me,
It'd
dude.
be
Maybe-
pretty hard
maybe not.
and like a little bit
Maybe
out of
that's not-
character, I hope,
Might
for
not
him
have
to
been the right
gaslight you
color.
real hard in your
Me
second
and
game.
Salty were in the med bay, so it wasn't me.
The only person I know it's not Janelle because
Alright,
there's no
okay, I
way
think I'm
that
just
Janelle
gonna.
teleported.
I'm
I
gonna
think I'm just
skip.
gonna go with blue on this one.
Was anyone with Osiris that can corroborate like the story?
No one was with me.
I'm gonna skip for now.
I walked up
I mean, I
close to
saw
Chewie,
Osiris.
and then I
Okay.
dropped down.
Yeah, I was with Osiris, and I went up to go do stuff at
admin.
admin, and he went to
Cafeteria.
cafeteria.
I saw
I am
Osiris,
skipping, but
and
I
I
do
saw Doodle.
believe
I mean,
probably gonna
okay,
believe it.
okay, so
I get voted out once.
Oh no!
so the alternative is that
Bye.
Osiris killed Janelle and is just playing the low ball.
You mean
card.
Doodle
Well,
Bob?
Janelle's
Doodle
alive,
Bob.
so
Oh, my bad.
that would be
Excuse me.
that would be
Anyway.
really impressive.
It would just be extremely devious if he was blaming the new guy.
Dude, right, Biohazard? That was just like such an easy sus. That might be grind as well. With lights being off. Oh, no lights. Fuck that, dude. Already down here. Someone else is up there. Salty's doing upgrades. Instead of and someone dead on lights. I do reactor. See that. Okay, I'm done. Tasks. Go. What are we gonna do? Done with our tasks now. Grind seems to get a lot of games you've watched. Yeah, Grind's a good player. Two is doing extra. Chewy down on. for. Let's see where. It's Chewy. God damn.
Victory through labor.
Oh,
There.
I
Oh,
tried.
working
It's,
class.
it's
Wait.
tough.
Woo woo.
It was
Gotta
me.
admit, I have no idea.
It was me. I went and killed Osiris right at the very
Yeah,
end.
you did. You did. I was wondering why you didn't kill me sooner. But
There
He's
was
a
there
logical
was never.
thinker, man. Smart move to take him out quick.
So when you're dead, how do you like complete objective?
You can
if
still
you're
float
if
around.
you were the imposter, Josh, so you don't
Yeah,
complete
yeah.
objectives anymore.
But you can sabotage when you're not.
Yeah,
Right? So like, how do you do that? Because I was like
You-
going to
when
areas
you
and I was
click
like
the map-
sabotage.
When you click the map, which is tab, you can click the little buttons. They're like little dots that pop up that'll like you click those and that sabotages certain things. I
Okay,
couldn't really
so, but-
get I couldn't get a clean. Every time I went anywhere, Osiris saw me going that direction,
Yeah.
and so I was never able to get a clean break from Osiris to where I could potentially lie about where I was.
It was Chewy.
Yep. I either never
It's
get it
always
or I
true.
get it every fucking time.
Well, it's just like Grind tried to follow the game before. Grind tried to follow me down under on oxygen, but then like 2 people showed up.
Oh, people move so fast. There's
Yeah.
like barely a moment where you're alone.
Why
This
you should
map
have it at
this
one.
map can be tough. We can move it down.
Yeah, so like to be fair, I don't know what anything is called. So I was like, oh well, I'm gonna kill this person that's near me when no one else is near me, and then Osiris was there. So I was like, fuck, how do I know? Like, but then like I was like, how do I sabotage things after the fact? Because I don't know where anything is, and like when I click sabotage, I just see.
If you would have walked up, I would have had no info.
I didn't know you were there.
Salty's clear.
Okay, L, that makes you look so sus.
I know. I didn't do it though.
It was in where you
So-
fix lights.
I walked into that room and then I saw the body and then I reported it like right as Chewy walked in. So it looks like I did it, but I didn't do it.
All right, I'm just gonna tell you where I was. I was in some airlocky motherfucker where you to go in, and then there's some pattern recognition thing. That's where I was.
Walked
Oh.
into cafeteria with TSC and I think Finley Bean? Or
I think I was in cafeteria.
I can-
I was changing.
I can clear Salty because he did
I saw them
medbay
do
scan,
the-
and then I did
yeah, I saw
medbay
them.
scan after him.
Yeah, so likewise, Osiris is clear.
Also, could you not have waited like at least like another 15 seconds to report the body so I could have finished asteroids? Come on.
okay, well,
Because I was in the admin room with TSC and Doodle Bob, and then we moved. I had a task up at the plant, and then I was there with Doodle Bob, and then Chewy came up. Then I went down to that room with the computers, and that's when I saw the body, and then Chewy walked in.
Where was the body? In admin?
It's
In,
in where
whatever-
you fix lights. It's like right next to where you
in
fix lights.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
I don't think it was vision based on where she was. The only person who I saw go towards cafeteria and to the right side of the map was Grind. So someone must have gone with him, obviously, because he's dead, but I don't know who.
Wait,
So
the
where's
body's
the
in
place that I was
cafeteria?
talking about?
No, the
called?
body is
No.
by electrical.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay,
that's
okay,
on the
okay.
right side of the map.
Yeah.
You know, where there's like the
Oh,
split.
yeah.
So
I am
the place
sus.
that I talk about. What's that called?
Contamination. The map name is in the middle center? Oh no, bottom center.
Yeah, it shows up as
Got
you
it.
move around.
Got
It'll
it.
change
Okay.
to the area that
I
you're
am
actually in.
sus of TSC, L, and Megan.
There's no
TSC has been oddly
Why
quiet.
Yeah, I'm
there's
sus
no
on TSC.
cameras on
Because
this
I saw
map,
you
why would
leave
I?
the area, and that's.
I
I'm
know.
not saying I'm skipping right now because
Dude,
it's only
I was
one
with
kill.
Yeah.
Jimmy Bean.
I didn't
And
see
Doodle Bob.
anybody come out, but
Like,
Perfect.
Tossing.
It's
I'm
probably
just
Chewy.
saying.
I'm just gonna skip.
it's
for now.
probably Chewy. I mean,
Yeah,
for
okay.
real.
That's why I opened my mouth and get fucking.
Chewy's
voted
like
out.
the lame
for one
replacement
goal.
when Lang has been playing,
For
then
one
everybody
goddamn
picked Chewy.
We just
Also,
have
L can clear me of that kill because I walked in
Yeah.
and the body was already dead.
Mm,
to do my asteroids.
Instead of that kill.
It's Doodle Bob. Get away. I need to get away. Need to get away. Get away. Stay with Salty. It's clear.
Where was it?
is in reactor. They just vented.
What?
It was in reactor. So who was the last person you saw in
Yes.
reactor?
I saw.
I saw you and someone else, but I don't remember who.
Okay,
I-
you
I
did
was
not
near-
see
I
me
was
in
near
reactor.
I just
was near
left
reactor.
reactor with Megan through
I
decon.
thought you were there.
So
Salty.
there was. I was
And
in
Janelle was
there.
there.
I went in
was
there with
so-
Eric. Then I went to the right side. So there was a third
I'm Eric, by the way.
person or fourth person with you, unless they vented in to kill Janelle. But Janelle was standing in reactor for quite a while
Yeah,
because
I
I
like-
went and did the sorting task on the right side, then came
Yeah.
back.
So I was in the sorting thing on the right side from reactor because I walked into reactor, then I walked over to the place where you put like things into 3 different boxes,
Yeah, I did the
and I
number.
was doing
That-
that.
What's
Oh,
I did
in
the
the lab?
number.
I was
I did the number task in reactor, and then Janelle, Doodle Bob, and someone else was in there, and then I left and I did the gym, where you stack the broken gym.
Yeah.
And then Salty reported the body. So
Honestly,
sus on
my
Doodle Bob.
my take on this is
No, it wasn't me.
It was- I don't
with
think it was-
iammeuru.
he said that they vented out. I can clear Megan that Megan and I left decontamination at the same time. I personally think that Salty killed him, made
Salty
up the story
didn't kill
about the
him.
venting.
Did you actually think
I
it
don't
might
know
have been
either.
Doodle Bob who was in
Salty's
the-
100% clear, 100,000%
I'm
clear.
Oh, okay, because you did the.
So that leaves purple, and then that puts super sus on Chewy, right?
Super
So
sus on
I
Chewy.
think-
Also, I'm sus of Doodle Bob and Elevision
Oh.
because they
So-
both did. They like. I think one of them, if not both of them, faked asteroids because the bar didn't go up.
I didn't
So-
take asteroids.
so
I
the
did
person-
asteroids.
Yeah.
So the person that was in the sorting area next to reactor,
That
I think that
me.
was Doodle Bob. That being said,
No, it was me.
they
I
were there
was near
before
there.
I got in there.
Yeah, Doodle
Okay.
Bob was
So,
there. And then
uh,
she
No, no,
moved
no.
over.
We went in together through decontamination, and we both went through the right side, and we started doing our tests in that room together.
I went to the left side first, and then I walked into the right side.
Okay.
What
well,
if I-
regardless,
okay.
we went through decontamination together.
Okay. I could be wrong, and it could just be Chewy and Megan. That's also the
Also true.
possibility.
Also true.
I don't know.
I'm
We've got
skipping.
4 seconds.
I don't know who it
I'm
is, but
skipping.
it's
I'm
not me.
skipping.
And we still don't know
not
where
me.
purple was.
Listen, I
we
redact
don't.
my salty
Dude, I was over
accusation
in the
because I
launch pad
forgot
doing
about
tasks.
the med-based scanner. I don't think it's Megan.
I'm done with my tasks except for one, I guess. Follow me if you want.
All right, what do I have to do? Everything's up top. I'm gonna die. Someone's gonna vent in and kill me. She's gonna kill me.
I saw purple go up there
So
to
is,
do the.
I
So
is cafeteria
it's
where you buy drinks? Is that like in the starting area?
yeah,
It's on the right
Sort
side.
of.
But
It's
it's
in
on
the-
the other side.
Whenever you do the buttons, whenever there's an emergency meeting, that's where you start from.
okay. Sorry, I
Okay.
interrupted. Where was the body?
Cafeteria is what it said.
Sorry, my sister came in. The body's up by where the tree is.
Okay, so she must have been doing O2. I think the first person headed that way was purple. I am pretty confident. Someone else. But
I saw someone run
TSC, is it
down, but I
you?
don't know
Did
what
you
color.
kill?
I'm purple, but I
Doodlebob?
was over by the decontamination area.
I saw her leaving decon, and I don't think she could have gotten up there fast. So like, leave decon, go up there and kill
The Gringo
without being
64.
seen.
So
Thank
I
you
went
for
from
the
where the
raid.
meeting
Appreciate
area
it,
is
man.
where I bought a drink.
How is everyone
up
doing
the
tonight?
V
Are y'all having
to
a
down back
fantastic
toward
evening?
contamination is where I was headed, and I didn't see anyone head up that direction.
Okay, hear me out. All right, this is probably going to get me voted off, but hear me out. I think it's Salty and Osiris.
oh my god,
It's not.
I think it's Salty
It's
and
not.
Osiris because
How-
I think they did this. They did this med bay thing, and they're the only two people that did the med bay thing. And they just decided to, let's give each other alibis. And Chewie saw them do the med bay thing, and then Salty goes and offs that guy up in that, and then Eric says, "No,
man.
it's 100% not Salty."
Word vote.
hey,
Salty.
real quick, Chewie, who are you trying to convince here?
iammeuru, L-Vision, and TSC.
Man,
Yeah, word voting.
get out of here, dude.
I'm
Get
voting
outta
Sorry,
TSC.
Salty. I don't know you.
I'm voting TSC.
I'd
I
like
voted
to
for
Chewie.
one
Chewie.
day.
Damn it. One of us is gonna get voted probably.
I didn't vote Chewie vote yet.
Oh, because I'm.
So sus.
Because you
I'm
suck.
voting Salty.
I don't know.
This could be the end of me, but I am
So fucking
100%
sus.
innocent. So L, if you are 100% innocent,
It's
you'll
not
vote.
it's not Salty and myself. We both did medbay and 100% did not fake it. That would be
So yeah,
like
you'd have to tie the vote by
I
voting
feel like that's
Yeah, I
something
feel
that
like
somebody
TSC.
is sus would
I feel
say.
like Chewie just
Yeah.
fucking
yeah,
hoodwinked
like
me.
that would be like spending 20 seconds or 25 seconds, whatever it is, sitting in medbay as imposters would be kind of rough. Like waste
Yeah,
of time.
especially
Yeah, I
when
might
the
just
body
vote.
had.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
no.
Salty got voted
Okay.
out. He was
All right.
clear.
How many do you need
You
to
guys
get
are-
voted out?
I think you need a
You
majority.
just have the majority
right?
vote.
That's a
Yeah.
tie.
Goodbye, everybody.
That's a tie.
Sorry, Salty. Love you.
Oh my god, we're
Even
gonna
though I
lose this
voted.
game. I have no more tasks left. No. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Dave's over here playing third imposter. Chewy.
That was sus of you.
You guys listen to
Cyrus.
L, and I said that
my
makes her look super
God.
sus, and then everyone was like, "No, it's not L." And then okay, just saying, I fucking called the kill.
Called the kill. I called
had
out
a feeling it was
Elevision.
L, but then I was getting accused and I had to defend myself.
I
was
called
like-
Elevision and Doodlebob to about the asteroids, and then I knew one
But
of
we
them
already
was
did
safe,
that.
but the other one
Fucking
didn't.
Yeah.
L right
Nobody
after she
ever
killed
listens to
Doodlebob.
me.
I was like, I'm super sus, but no.
Look, sorry.
I'm
that is
sus of L,
Bobo
and guess
HCR,
what
thank you
happened?
for
Salty
hanging out.
literally said,
Appreciate it.
Salty literally said word for word, I don't know, that's pretty sus of Chewy.
Oh my god.
I was like,
To be fair,
supposed to
Dave,
let them fight each
you were
other, so
making-
I-
You were
Not gonna
making
lie.
some.
Sorry, Osiris.
I
saw
literally,
you and I was, like, trying to
said, I
avoid you,
walked
like, what
in,
the fuck are
L
you
was
doing?
walking away from the body, turned around and reported it, and then Salty goes, that's pretty sus, Chewy.
I did. Okay, that's actually incorrect. I don't know who you are quoting, but it was not me.
So I did the vent kill thing on Genly Bean, and I'm really proud of myself, you guys. I like to thank my mom. And
I
my
was proud of
cat.
that kill.
I
Right,
totally
it's
got
not
the
me.
kill in on Doodlebob, and I was really proud of that too.
Yeah, I was like, it's gotta be
There's no way
purple.
she got up there fast enough. I was like,
Yeah,
yes.
As soon as he said that, I was like, no.
As soon as Doodlebob died, I was like, okay, it's purple and light blue. Television and TSC.
God, Chewy had to pull out a 500 IQ Uno
Chewy's
reverse
just
card
playing
on
the
me.
fucking
Yeah.
third imposter over here,
Hey, man.
voting out
I'm just
Salty when we
saying.
could have gotten TSC and then won the game.
No, it would. If I had not voted out Salty, I would have gotten voted out from you guys thinking I was sus, and then you would have lost.
No, I
anyway.
voted TSC.
Yeah, we
If
were
I had
gonna
not
try
voted
to.
Salty, I would have been voted out.
We were gonna try to tie the vote so that no one would die, but. What
And
can
then
you do?
Elevision
Both
didn't
imposters.
vote.
You pull out that accusation out of nowhere, and then the hive mind attacked me. And
Should
it
we
was such
change
a.
maps?
Like the one you
No.
did with Chewy,
yeah, we
that's
can
kind of
change that.
sus.
I
Salty,
didn't
man,
even say that.
We can change
totally-
maps, or we can just
I
do
totally
this one.
Oh, okay.
Do we want to change
Oh, no,
maps or
I'm
do
orange.
this one?
Let's just do this
Let's
one.
just do this map. Yeah, we can because I got to go to bed after this one.
I don't even know where I should go. Gonna do down. Die here. I'm gonna die here. Ooh. So Chewing and Grind did med, so they're gonna clear each other. Blue's in right there. Where did Blue go? Where did Blue? That's the wrong one. Simon says. Killed. Elevision's gonna come. I gotta go to the button. 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 Go to the button. Gotta 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 go to the button. Call. Gotta go 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 call. I just saw Elevision vent out of reactor.
Okay.
100%.
I mean,
Are
okay.
you venting Elevision?
Doesn't do it.
Pretty sure.
I
Pretty sure
mean,
it was.
she was
Grandbox
running
that
with
was
me the
moving.
entire time.
No, she wasn't.
I
didn't.
Reactor
No,
got
venting is
called.
different, Josh. Venting is when the imposter jumps into a vent, not when they're using the airlock.
No, I understand, but pretty sure it was Grandbox that was with me coming out
Oh,
of decontamination.
okay. I misheard you.
Yeah.
I thought you were accusing me of venting. Like,
No.
brother.
Yeah, it's
So I
Elevision.
just want to share this information. When the reactor was going off, Dinley Bean and TSC were running the opposite direction.
I saw Brett and Salty walk, so I don't need to be a third person for a 2-person job to finish my last task.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing information.
All I'm saying is
Okay, but-
Elevision 100%
I'm
vented.
I'm voting
Vote
for L though.
L.
I'm voting for L. Yeah, sorry.
Odds are because I can clear Chewie and Megan on this one.
What?
True.
Yeah,
I'm not immediately getting.
Grind was with me, so
I
saw
think we
that.
have repeat imposters.
Not that I fully trust Josh yet. Either.
That's
I feel
okay,
like
man. I
TSC's
understand.
TSC's
I
too
don't fully
nice to
trust
vote
you
her own
either,
teammate.
but I get it.
Vote Elevision, also sus. Also sus, yeah. I didn't realize there was comms on here. I think we just look at admin and just see where people go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go sit at. Everyone's together. Let's see if she follows me. Double back, and then I'm gonna go. And I'm just gonna sit on door logs. Everyone's traveling together, except for. Everyone's traveling together except for. Two. I'm just gonna do bottom since I'm already here. Janelle. It's gonna die up here. Where's Janelle? She is. Janelle's. It's TSC. I think it's TSC. Doodle looking sus? Maybe, but I think it's TSC. He's following. Anything not make sense? It's disabled. Six. West, and then she passed. He's gonna.
someone's not doing their tasks, I also believe it's TSC.
I'm done with my tasks.
Yeah, I'm done with mine as well.
I know it's not Grindbox and Chewy because I've been following them around the entire time.
I've been
Salty's
following
there too.
TSC, but
I did a
part of me
bunch of
thinks she
tasks.
vented, but it fucking glitched
I
because
think
I
I see
haven't been
Salty
able
once.
to find her.
What? You
Yeah,
haven't
I'm-
seen me once?
I did a bunch of tasks. I'm having a hard time finding where Prime the Shields is. I went to the place where that
Admin.
weird countdown thing is.
I've been
Oh, admin,
following
okay.
Chewy for about 2 minutes.
I think you're the
I've been
imposter
following
because I've been following
TSC.
Chewy for the past 2 minutes.
What do you think? Who is?
I've been
And that can be
camping.
corroborated by Chewy and
Well,
Megan.
Yeah,
I've had a posse following me.
but we
Yeah,
were
we're the
with them
fucking
for a long time
Medbay
before that.
posse, yo.
Medbay
Yep.
crew.
Yeah, I saw
Crew.
Chewy and Grind go into Medbay like immediately.
And me.
Yeah, I didn't
Megan
see
was
you, but
there.
I'm assuming that you did.
Megan was.
I've just been on
So
door
who's
logs the
sus?
entire
Is it
time.
I think it's
TSC and Salty?
TSC. If it's not TSC, it's Salty.
Dude, what? I've been following you guys for centuries.
Hey,
I'm okay with
listen,
that, Older.
I'm not-
Legit
I'm-
voting.
I'm
Do we
not
vote her
voting you
out?
I haven't
first,
seen you.
Salty.
I'm
I'm not
voting.
voting you yet, Salty. I'm voting TSC
I'm
first.
also a little
Makes
I mean,
sense,
I
makes
think it's
sense.
Chewy because
you.
nothing's been happening, and
I
he's been
was
running around with a
looking
posse,
at
and
the
that's
really
why.
long
All I know
countdown
is if it was Chewy,
that
I
not-
would be dead already.
Just finish your tasks.
Fair.
Stick together when you're done.
Yeah, right, dude. I killed Janelle
Hang
first.
out with the
It's
Medbay
true.
crew.
I
Which-
die first.
which
one
Please
is
vote
admin?
Dave off because it's his number one.
Remember,
item.
Admin
remember to
is
respect your
stopping.
social distancing, guys. Stay
Admin
a
is
little bit far apart. Don't group
For
up too
real.
close. Okay. If y'all stack, we're gonna die.
I mean, we know if we find
Well,
if
let
we
them
win
get
a
a
game
kill.
right here.
Let them get a kill.
So where's the admin again?
Top right.
The green area.
Yeah,
Okay,
shit.
yeah, gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay, feel better.
Oh,
Good.
I was like,
When
not
in
streaming.
I am having some latency issues, so it may be related to that, but I legit did not see red.
Oh, I did see you running into decontamination, just like
Okay.
into a wall for quite a while.
What are like
There was a
the,
moment there where my keyboard turned off, so.
what are like the odds of 2 people getting imposter twice in a row?
Yeah, no
I
I don't
kidding.
know,
Like,
but
I
you
was-
just
when it
straight
came
up
up again, I was like,
vented.
what the heck?
Fine.
I know, I was too. I was like, come on.
I was like, I just want to do my test.
You just straight up vented like when I was in the area of you. I was like at the door to reactor, and you just were like, bloop. I was
I
like,
don't understand, Vince.
Girl's gotta go.
yeah, it's like reactor was called, and I was like, oh, Elle's over there, and then I go to walk in, and she's just like in the middle of the animation of popping into the vent.
Like, you see nothing.
By the way, the probability of that happening is 1 in 36.
Yeah, I was about to
Oh,
say.
sorry,
it's
no,
like-
not 1 in
Aw.
36. That's.
Oh, I don't know.
sure,
See, I
couple
think because I
characters.
think you have to do it because you have to do the probability of getting a specific person and then getting that specific person again, which makes it even further. Because, like, I guess the simple probability is 1 in 9, and then it becomes 1 in 18, and then 1 in 36 for 2 people. So I
Right.
guess that's part
I
of
need
the
to get out
simple
my
probability, but then it's
TI-83
like
calculator.
there's even more. There's
Right.
even more
Are we
because it's
done?
like hitting the same people. I have to
Yeah.
go.
Chewy is a
Yeah, I'm in
huge
the
fan
boat.
of doing the math on things.
I think we should
All right,
calculate
we'll
this.
have to-
All right. All right, chat. Well, I appreciate everyone that stuck around for the little bit of Among Us streams. We will be doing that again on Saturday. It'll be from Chewy's POV. We'll be doing that live on Saturday. I believe we will be doing it at 8 p.m. Central. Let me double check. Yeah, 8 p.m. Central Time on Saturday. We'll be doing more Among Us streams. I think we're going to get you some of chat involved. So come hang out with us. It's going to be a good time. Again, shout outs to everyone who hung out with us tonight. Shout outs to iammeuru. Check him out on Twitch. It's iammeuru. So that's going to be it for us tonight. Let's see. Who can we host? Let's see who's streaming. Let's see who is streaming right now. We are going to raid Dr. Uru. He's a good dude. He's doing some unboxing. He's lubing some switches. He's kind of in the middle of lubing some switches right now. Check him out. He's a neuroscientist, so he's a really, really smart individual and a keyboard enthusiast. So check him out. Say what's up. And we will be back again on Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Appreciate each and every one of you. There'll be more gaming here on Mechs on Deck here in the next couple months, just because we enjoy it and we want to get y'all involved and have some fun. But y'all have a fantastic night and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.